Hola, hola, hola. Welcome back to Sustained Overruled. I am the anonymous attorney. All right, I was gonna start off with some BS tonight, but but it's probably not proper. Okay. So obviously this case is winding down, right? And we've received, or at least I've received. Oh, before I even get into that, I need to start off with some miss. So tell me why the Mr. Dennis Byron, I believe is his name. Tell me why the man commented on my video. I don't want to be involved in no YouTube beef. Not with some old people, but whatever. Anyway, stay focused. Stay focused. All right. So obviously there have been questions about whether I believe that the defendant in this case will be convicted, whether they'll be found guilty, right? And I've always mentioned that in order to actually really gauge that properly, I do believe that they stand a higher chance of being convicted than acquitted. And even that, I am confident enough to say that absent jury nullification, I don't see an acquittal in this case, but we will focus more on this during closing arguments. But I wanted to start off with the opening argument in order to see what the prosecution had forecasted would occur, or what they forecasted their evidence. I need some water. What they forecasted the evidence would be in this case. So we're going to start off with Adriane. We have to start off with Miss Adriane Love. And honestly, I watched probably, I don't know, 30 seconds of her opening statement when I was at work. And I don't know, that girl sounded like she was Shakespeare or something. So let's see. That's where we're going to start off. We're going to start off with how the prosecution forecasted this case would go. Obviously, a lot has happened. A number of defendants have pled guilty, but let's just get in here. Let me share my screen. Let's share the screen, and then we'll take it from there. I want to read the comments. I'll do that on my phone. So, okay, I guess let's start from the very, 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 very beginning. Okay, let's just talk a little bit about opening statement. By the way, anything that these attorneys say during the court proceedings or the criminal proceedings, that's not law. Okay, it's not evidence. It's not really. The jury should not take it as evidence or as fact. And Ali, I don't know if you're here yet, but I'm gonna share the link. Hold on. I'll share the link. Ellie sent me an email. She has some information to share. She has documents she wants us to go over. Ellie, anybody else that's around, if you have questions, join the link and I will answer to the best of my ability. Okay, as long as it's not Georgia specific, I am able to answer your questions, provided it's related to criminal law or I don't know, something else I've practiced. In any event, so let's just quickly take a look at what an opening statement is. Okay. So overall, it is, as I said, it's a forecast, basically a statement that attorneys, what is this, that they give at the very beginning of the case. It's rare. Opening statements are rare when it's a bench trial. Usually we forgo those. But when it is a jury trial, you'd kind of be remiss if you don't actually give an opening statement, because most of the people that are going to, or the fact finders in a jury trial, a lot of them are going to be lay individuals. So the purpose then is basically to provide them a roadmap. You kind of forecast, not kind of, I need to stop using that word. You forecast what you expect, okay? Expect the evidence to show. You don't say with certainty that the evidence is going to show one thing, because they're going to hold you to it if you don't actually deliver, okay? So you set the scene. A lot of folks or a lot of attorneys come up with themes and theories of a case in order to basically tell a story, a compelling story, for the jury to follow. I don't know how this jury is able to keep up for a year, but I guess we'll find out eventually. So let's okay, so you basically outline the evidence, okay, in your case. The reason why I'm doing this is because as we get closer to the closing arguments, we want to see, or we want to have a fresh perspective of what the prosecution had in fact promised to deliver in this case, and it's their burden. The defendants in this case do not have to do anything. Okay, so let's listen to Miss Adriane Love.
Now, this is the law of the jungle.
A girl said it's the law of the jungle. She's gonna start rhyming now. Wait for it.
As old and as true as the sky.
Okay.
And the wolf that shall keep it may prosper.
You can kind of tell I think she memorized whatever this little poem that she has going on here. You can tell she's trying to recall what she had written down or somebody else wrote down for her.
But the wolf that shall break it must die. As the creeper that girdles the tree trunk,
Girl.
the law running forward and back.
All right, Miss Adriane.
For the strength of the pack is the wolf.
Ooh.
And the strength.
Oh no, what do they do at spoken word? I have no idea. Snap or something. But she's out here reciting poetry, honey.
The wolf is the pack.
Okay, so I guess part of the theme has to do with wolves or something. I hope she's not going to call these men wolves, but let's see where she's going.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
And Allie, if you are in here, feel free to join. Hey, Wine. Hey, Wine. I mean, yeah, and it's not just for Ellie. Anybody else that wants to join, feel free to join, ask me questions or whatever. We're just going over the opening statement so we can maintain a fresh perspective as we head into closing.
Gentlemen, for being patient. Thank you so much for being honest during this very lengthy process that preceded this point here today during the voir dire process. I appreciate you all being here, exercising your civic duty, and honoring your obligation to pay close attention to what's going on in this courtroom for the next however many weeks.
Weeks, girl.
Some people like to say that opening statements are a roadmap to what the trial will show. Instead, I'm going to give you an overview, a bird's eye view, because you're going to be sitting here with evidence for the next several weeks at least. And you will be able to see what that evidence is. Nothing that I say to you during this part of the trial, nothing any other attorney says to you during this part.
And as I said, I did not watch this. And we're obviously, or at least I said the same things that Adriane said, because it is a repetition. We do the same thing day in and day out. The definition of opening statement does not change. Maybe it might change in a few years, but
I can tell you what I expect the evidence to show.
Okay.
And what I expect the evidence to show in this case is that YSL, the group made up of the defendants sitting before you today, along with other both indicted and unindicted co-conspirators, YSL operated as a pack.
Okay.
The quote that I read to you earlier is from one of my favorite books as a kid, The Jungle Book. In case anybody recognizes it, those were right out Kipling's words and not mine. But they are appropriate for where we are today. For 10 years and counting, the group calling itself Young Slime Life dominated the Cleveland Avenue community of Fulton County.
All right.
They created a crater in the middle of Fulton County's Cleveland Avenue community that sucked in the youth, the innocence, and even the lives of some of its youngest members. Now, the evidence is going to show that this group started out as a group called Rock Crew.
Okay.
And Rock Crew stands for Raised on Cleveland. The evidence is going to show you that Rock Crew, in fact, is a criminal street gang. It's not the kind y'all are used to.
Okay.
If you're more familiar with the national gangs, such as the Bloods and the Crips that operate in LA or in Chicago. But make no mistake about it, Rock Crew is and was a gang. It consisted of 3 or more members with common identifiers, signs, colors, linguistic.
And during closing, they are going to, or let me not say they, let me use proper nouns. So the prosecution during closing is going to reiterate a lot of what Love is saying here. I wanted to say especially for the RICO. They're going to do that for each and every single count. Okay? So, I mean, I'm not going to attack. I'm not going to criticize Weinstein in this video. Let me, I'm just going to let it go.
Choices that committed crimes on behalf of and in furtherance of Rock Crew itself.
All right.
That particular organization aligned itself under an umbrella of a larger, more traditional street gang called Sex, Money, Murder, Bloods. They adopted the nomenclature. They would do things like replace C's in words with the letter B, because traditionally Crips and Bloods were not aligned with one another. So Cleveland Avenue became Cleveland. Some of you may have indicated during voir dire you've heard or are familiar with the Cleveland Avenue area. Maybe you've even heard of Cleveland Avenue Day. The evidence will show that this is where that comes from. The evidence will also show that sometime in 2012 or thereabouts, an internal rift or divide occurred among the members of Rock Crew. Now, the defendant, Jeffrey Williams, seated back there yawning.
This trial has always been Jeffrey's trial. I don't know why. I just don't. The deal or the plea, the plea offer they made him. From what I recall, during the not the plea negotiations, but the plea colloquy was that actually sentencing, right? The judge, Whitaker, basically reiterated that the prosecution was not seeking incarceration. So because they were not seeking incarceration, that motivated her to basically, to basically sentence him to time served. That's part of it, because there's probation and prison sentence hanging over his head. But in essence, he was released on time served. So so these 2 defendants that are still left, I figured that the reason why the state was looking for one of them, I remember it being 40 years. I don't remember the sentencing recommendation for the other defendant. I presume that it's because they're charged with murder, but this is still really Jeffrey's trial. Nobody can convince me otherwise. This is still Jeffrey's trial.
Right now.
So I guess what's puzzling to me is the fact that they were prepared. I mean, they've been a hot mess, but they were prepared for him to get off in essence with, they're probably hoping he violates probation. But anyways, they in essence let him go free with, just time served. But then they're focusing on Shannon and Yeah, but that probably still has to do more with the other charges that they're facing. In any event, let's listen to Love.
He was an original member of Rock Crew.
All right.
And the kind of crimes that Rock Crew did consisted of smash and grab burglaries, stealing ATM machines,
Oh wow.
things of that nature. When Rock Crew split up, YSL, or Young Slime Life, was formed.
Huh?
And the defendant, Jeffrey Williams, was its proclaimed leader.
All right. What is this pin over here? I'm so nosy. I don't know.
Young Slime Life came about and consisted of 3 or more people when it began.
That's why she has to, because of the RICO, not just she, but the prosecution in this case will have to keep hammering on the fact that it's 3 or more people, because that's an essential element of the charge.
3 or more people who were willing to and who did commit criminal street gang activity, that is crimes that were intended to further the purposes and advance the directives of YSL itself. Now, there will be...
And Viral, if you are in here, please let me know, because I have an answer to a question you asked of me, I believe, 2 days ago.
No evidence of a written contract or anything like that. You won't see bylaws of YSL.
All right, so that's important right there. They did not promise. No, I mean, they didn't deliver that either, but okay, hold on.
Because this was a group of people associated in fact, who used common identifiers.
All right.
Common names, common colors, common symbols to communicate with one another and to express themselves to the rest of the world. So YSL, as the evidence will show, they didn't move individually.
Okay.
The members and associates of YSL, they moved like a pack, with the defendant Jeffrey Williams as its head.
What, does she have a PowerPoint?
Spoons, they're out. Panera's
right,
new ciabatta dippers are in. Each melty sandwich paired with a perfect portion.
You'll hear from witnesses, both law enforcement and lay witnesses, who personally experienced and who personally witnessed.
And that's what I keep saying. I know they obviously, Jeffrey, I need to stop touching this microphone. Okay, I'm going to stop touching this microphone. In any event, there's, because I was just thinking earlier, right? I do not remember, maybe Jeffrey might be a bigger star. No, but I believe for YFNW Melly, he probably had just as many people that were supporting him. A lot of people that wanted him or wanted to see him acquitted, right? I mean, obviously, who's this? Jeffrey's not in this trial anymore, but I do not know that the remaining defendants would have been receiving as much as support as they currently are if Jeffrey was removed from this equation from the very beginning. But I'm just thinking, or at least earlier, I was comparing what is this? What's the term? I was comparing the level of attention that this case has garnered in comparison to the YFNW Melly case, right? And I don't know. I just think that this case probably has. I mean, we also have Woody that kind of blew this whole thing up. Hold on. I don't know. I'll get. Oh, this is what I was going to say. The difference here, though, right? I mean, YFNW Melly got a The judge had to declare a mistrial in that case because the jurors could not come to a unanimous decision. And from what I recall, there was a specific juror. I mean, the defense really, really, really got lucky. The defense got really, really lucky in that case. Because there's a specific juror, from my understanding, or at least hearing back from some of the folks that spoke after the mistrial was declared. There was some sense that this juror was or had already made up her mind, and she was not seeking, or she did not want Melly to be convicted, right? But she was able to pull basically one of the other jurors to her side, and they were steadfast in the fact that they did not believe that the prosecution proved their case beyond a reasonable doubt. But the YFNW Melly case is in a different posture, in the sense that he was simply just accused of offing two of his friends or two of his best friends, right? There are no other victims outside of those two individuals. This trial, though, is different. And that's why I think that they are going to be convicted. And that's because the alleged crimes extended beyond somebody that's just within their within their immediate circle. Okay, we have, I mean, you had some old people out there testifying. They even wheeled little granny in there. So you have other victims in this case that were not involved in whatever turf dispute. I don't even want to call it a gang, but who's this? Earl. Hey, so I don't even know what you're saying, Sanders. Hey, oh, is this SO, sustained, overruled? We are talking about, are you saying, what are we talking about? I think that's what you're saying. No, overall, we're getting ready for closing statements. I thought it is imperative for us to actually see what the state had forecasted the evidence would show. That's basically why we're listening to Adriane Love talk. In any event, this YSL trial is in a different posture, in the sense that you had innocent members of the community that were victims in this case. So let's get back to Adriane.
The activities, the crimes that were committed. You will hear from law enforcement officers like Kimberly Underwood and Tyrone Dennis, whose main goal wasn't to go out in the streets and lock up people who looked like them. It was actually to touch souls in the streets, to touch young people, and to alert them of the dangers and the drawbacks of becoming a part of and becoming involved in gangs like YSL and Rock Crew. You'll hear about conversations with educators. You'll hear from members and associates of the gang itself. Now, as to how those members and associates will respond or act once they're actually in court and on the stand, that's something that I am truthfully not able to predict to you.
Okay, so she was aware, because the one thing that I was wondering, or not wondering per se, but I had always been of the, not to say that I was critical, definitely they should not have given that immunity to Woody. They should have given it to Obama. But in any sense, at least Adriane was very candid from the beginning. And she I mean, this was a year ago. I don't even know if this jury is able to remember what she told them. But she had put them on notice that there is a possibility that the other so-called, I'm not even going to call them gang members or whatever, the other folks that were part of this organization, even though they're state witnesses, it was not guaranteed that they were going to cooperate. At least she knew that. What's Earl saying? I was asking, what are we talking about? I just came on. Oh, okay. Did I answer your question, or do you want me to expand? I'll just repeat myself again. So we're basically taking a look at the opening statement for the prosecution. I still want to get into the defense. I actually wanted to listen to Brian Steele. I know Jeffrey is no longer here, but no, that's not a good way of putting it, because I just made it sound like the man's deceased. He is no longer a part of the trial. But I am curious to see, or at least I'd like to refresh my memory as to what his opening statement was. Um, I do not know that we will be able to get through all of the defense attorneys tonight, but basically, we're forecasting to see what these parties are probably or possibly going to say in their closing arguments. Because the closing arguments, that's when we can get a uh, that's when we can get a better gauge as to what the prosecution has proved in this case, and if they've actually proved it beyond a reasonable doubt.
Full. But the court has given you instructions on determining and judging the credibility of the witnesses.
Right.
And I trust that all of you.
And that's the thing here. If we're gonna take a look at who's this again with Taisha, I have no problems there. A lot of people thought that her testimony was not damaging, but as a practicing attorney, I disagree, because but for her testimony, you don't have that effing gun in SB's hands. And then as for Woody, uh, I mean, the guy was very entertaining. He was very entertaining. He was profound, and he has given us a lot of what is this, memorable quotes. But that said, um, one could argue that Woody was not truthful on the stand, and he was truthful at during his prior interrogations, because on the stand he I mean, there's this no snitching code or whatever. With me, my public defender hat on, I would like to believe that the law of self-preservation, that's what you go with. If you have to get yourself out of some mess that you got yourself in, then go with that in order to protect yourself. But as far as Lil Woody's credibility is concerned, I mean, the guy's very shaky. The guy's very shaky. But I would like to believe that the jury is probably going to go with his statement during, I don't even, during his conversations with the police, when he was really, I don't even want to call it dry snitching, because that man was actually snitching. So I think that's what they're going to go with in comparison to, or that's what they're going to go with, as opposed to his statements on the, or at least his denial or his disassociation while he was on the stand.
Will in fact follow those instructions. The evidence will show
That said, obviously we also have juror number, I don't know, was it 51 or whatever number that was assigned to him. He is definitely great for the defense. I just do not know if he would, I mean, based on what he at least told the judge, or what the judge read out, the fact that he was frustrated with the manner in which the prosecution has presented this case. Because if we go back to, I don't know, an earlier part, Adriane said it was weeks or months or something. Not once did she tell these people that they would be in court for almost a year. Had it not been for Paige Whitaker, and had it not been for the other, I think it was 3 defendants that pled out, testimony would probably still be ongoing. But despite that, he is, because I was actually really excited when they kept him on the case, because I thought that with him on the case, he can be a lone wolf. Okay, he can be the one person that gets, or the one juror that decides basically that the state has not proved its case beyond a reasonable doubt. And if he cannot unanimously join the other 11, or if the other 11 cannot convince him, then we get a mistrial in this case, which is what a lot of people were hoping for. But a mistrial is really just going to, the prosecution is going to bring this case again. Okay, if there's a mistrial because the jury is not unanimous, and even if they're not unanimous, they'll be sent back as many times to deliberate. And with Whitaker, I do not doubt that she'll keep sending them back until they can reach a unanimous decision or verdict, unless they just really don't want to, unless they just cannot reach a unanimous verdict. But anyways, let's listen to what Adriane's saying.
YSL checks all of the boxes for being a criminal street gang. As I stated earlier, they are 3 or more people associated in fact. Their members commit crimes on behalf.
So these are as we go over this evidence, right? These are the boxes that we basically have to tick off to see if the prosecution has in fact proved its case beyond a reasonable doubt. So basically focus on the elements that Adriane's going to read out, and then determine for yourself if you think that in this case, from an objective perspective, I have no dog in this fight, okay? But from an objective perspective, would you think, or do you think that they have proved at least the racketeering charge?
Half of the gang. They commit crimes such as armed robbery, hijacking, motor vehicle theft, theft by receiving, stolen firearms, so many stolen firearms, possession of a machine gun.
Okay, we obviously know that the machine gun is out because Jeffrey is no longer on trial.
And narcotics sales. And last but certainly not least, murder. What you will not hear any evidence of is that the defendants were not involved in a criminal street gang. You will not hear any evidence that they did not commit crimes on behalf of YSL. And as I stated to you earlier, what I'm saying to you now.
I mean, if I remember correctly, some of the testimony said, or at least some of the defendants that got on the stand, let me say, that's not a good way of putting it. Okay, but when I say some of the defendants, I'm literally referring to the folks such as Woody, Lil D, Moon Tung. I believe that some of them testified that even though they were engaged in criminal conduct, it was more for personal gain as opposed to furthering this enterprise. And again, that comes down to credibility. And the jury will have to determine if they actually believe what these witnesses were saying, right? And just part of determining the credibility and the weight that they're going to attach to these witnesses, right? They would have to consider the motivation, what these witnesses' motivations were at the time that they either made these statements or the time that they testified.
Let me object to that statement, please, as burden shifting.
Object basis?
Burden shifting, and under.
Hey, Allie. I am going to share that link again. I'm going to share the link. Hold on. Let me share the link. There we go. So you can certainly join. You can join.
Parker versus the state at 277.
Who's talking?
277.
Why don't we take that up and
39.
I'll note your objection. I'm sustaining the objection. Why don't you rephrase, madam?
Yes, Your Honor.
Just rephrase it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to explain to you at the appropriate time, ladies and gentlemen, what the burden is in this case. Remember what I told you earlier, that the burden never shifts to the defendants to prove or certain innocence, they're presumed innocent.
Right.
And it's only until you hear evidence that you decide is sufficient, and I'll instruct you on how you're supposed to do that at a later point in time. Okay? All right.
The evidence will show that YSL did not adhere and does not adhere to all of the customs of a traditional street gang.
Okay, so I guess Adriane did in fact lay this out from the onset of this trial, that we should not, or at least the jury, because we're kind of like fake jurors at this point, but the jury should not expect to basically hear evidence that would be akin to what an observer would expect to hear in a traditional gang.
And the fact that YSL does not mirror all the customs of a criminal street gang, the evidence will show makes it no less a criminal street gang. The defendants on trial here today have, through their actions, displayed not only their allegiance, their alliance with one another and with the gang itself. Through their actions, they have displayed an unspoken agreement to participate in that gang through a pattern of illegal activity. And again, the head of this gang is seated in this courtroom too.
Ma'am, you guys let the man go. So, okay, never mind. I guess she did not know how all of this was gonna, let me see. Allie, you can join if you'd like. I know you said you had some documents to share.
The last paragraph of that poem that I read or spoke to you earlier goes as follows. Because of his age and his cunning, because of his right.
This is argument. This is not.
What's your objection, Mr. Harvey?
That it's
Harvey was not playing with her.
argument.
Okay.
And ordinarily, it is definitely allowed for attorneys to object during opening and even during closing. A lot of attorneys do not do it. I mean, it depends on the circumstances, but it's not something that I tend to do just because it is disruptive. What I mean by that is you always want the jury to like you under all circumstances, because if a jury likes you, then they are more likely to find in your I mean, the prosecution is really, really unlikable at this point. But despite that, you want the jury to like you, and if you are objecting, if you keep objecting and keep being disruptive, that might annoy the jury. So sometimes it is best to just reserve your objection and basically address it during your opening or your closing.
Hold on. Madam, it is argument at this point in time, so I'll sustain the objection, okay?
Yes, sure.
All right.
I mean, we were, at least in this video, we were like 12, 13 minutes in, and Adriane was barely surviving. So I guess this should have been a forecast of what or how chaotic this, I mean, that could not have been a forecast because we did not see everything. We could not have possibly forecasted everything that transpired in this case leading up to, Mr. Bumpus, but I'll leave that there. It's not Friday. I'm not ready to gossip today.
The evidence will show that these defendants, that the members and associates of YSL, they knew who their leader was, and they knew the repercussions of not obeying their leader. You will hear evidence that when members and associates of YSL got in trouble, got locked up, the first person they called was either this defendant or one of his family members. Now, they didn't call him directly because he knew and they knew that he needed to have distance between himself and the crimes members and associates of YSL were committing on behalf of the gang. So they would reach out to his sister and have his sister reach out to somebody else and eventually get back to King Slime, as they call him.
She called him King Slime. Okay, love.
You will hear evidence that members of YSL committed armed robberies. You'll hear evidence that to slime someone is to do them dirty, and that sometimes members of YSL committed crimes against other family members of their fellow gang members. You'll hear evidence that when one of the associates or members of YSL did something to what Jeffrey Williams had perhaps considered a friend, they were threatened with their very life. Tell them to get that stuff back or they will be killed. You'll hear evidence that YSL, they had opposition with.
Hold on, Allie's here. Hey, Allie.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
What's going on?
So I stumbled across some documents. Well, they were sent to me. I finally got them downloaded and not one by one.
Okay.
So, and some of them are like, don't worry, they're all like public documents anyways, but some of them are interesting because they were supposed to be people who were supposed to testify and never did.
Okay.
So like there's the guilty pleas for Martinez Arnold.
Okay.
Ashley Merchant was his lawyer. Gunna, Sergio Kitchens.
Yeah.
Slime Life Shorty, and Obama.
All right. I don't know. The name just kills me, but go ahead.
Yeah. And then there's like the motion when they tried to disqualify Steele as Thug's lawyer.
Okay.
And then there's a whole file on Antonio Sledge.
Okay.
And then Rodelius Ryland and Blaylock, their jury verdict, their order to deny a new trial, they were denied it. And all their filings going up to the courts.
Okay. Did you send those to me?
No, I didn't send them to you yet. I just got them to download finally as one.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Do you want me to like email them to you, or because it's in a Google Drive link?
I don't know what would be best. What do you think would be the easiest for you?
Maybe just to share the whole Google Drive link with you, because there is other stuff in there, but I was like, I don't know. Like,
right.
The motions like from Shannon and that, which I'm sure everyone has seen already.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to but I can just send you the whole link that was sent.
Yeah, you can do that. And then obviously I think that link might expire. I think they usually expire after a year, right? Or how long? Because is it a Google Drive?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can share it with me, and then I'll download those.
Okay, yeah, because I wonder if it's the same. It might be through the same people where Thugga Daily gets theirs.
Yeah.
Because I noticed they had part of the jury instructions today.
Oh, really?
Just the first one he had posted on Twitter. I was like, how the hell you get that so fast?
Oh man, Ellie with a contact. Well, okay, I appreciate
Allie
it.
needs to engage more yesterday, and I'm like, oh yeah, here we go. Now I got Google files coming.
Right.
Like, what just happened?
Yeah, no, I'd love to take a look at those. I think those would be a great discussion. We could honestly, send them to me. I'll play a bit of love, and then I'll go through them, and we could literally get started with them tonight.
I think Abate replaced love completely too.
Yeah. It's kind of. I'm sorry, I got tired of seeing. I hate to be this type of person, but I really, I think I just got tired of seeing Love and Steele in that courtroom. They're both insufferable. I'm over them. They were annoying. So But I'm glad we got Abate because he's the one that delivered the news.
No shame, no hesitation.
I know.
But I know that even like Max Shard had said that he would like he doesn't mind working with him either, like
Oh
as
yeah.
opposite, because he's
Oh, that's
easy to
good.
work with.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I can deal with him. I think he should do closing, probably him and Adkins. Um, but I would like to believe that probably Simone is going to do closing. They might share because everybody might have a role. But I think that Simone is probably more in tune with the effect of the case, considering that Love is no longer here. So
Yeah,
I
but
should
how
stop
but how
saying
many
that.
mistrials did Hilton almost cause?
That is true. That is true. That is true. But she seems to actually know the facts. So I don't
I
know.
We'll see. Do you want me to send you the link in your to your email?
Yeah, send me the link to my email. You obviously have my email. And
Yes.
then we're gonna listen to a bit of love because why I decided to do or to start with the opening statements right now is in order for us to have a fresh perspective as we are going into as we're heading into closing, because as the days go on I actually am a little worried for,
Shannon?
yeah, and I mean I'm worried for Yak as well, but Shannon has more charges, and I think the nut Merc I'm not too sure about. I need to go look at that again.
You know
Uh,
what? That was the Boys in the Hood. Remember when the witness said he was hanging out the sunroof and they were like comparing it to Boys in the Hood?
right,
And then you
but
watch the surveillance video and no one's hanging out the roof. I'm like, where's this person?
right. So with that, that's what I'm saying. I'm not too concerned. I mean, that's easy for me to say because I'm not the one that's on trial. But I'm not with Yak. I'm just not very concerned for some reason.
I honestly think that I honestly think that Shannon and Yak both will be like the murders will just be a no. Like they can't beyond a reasonable doubt. I don't think either for either of them beyond a reasonable doubt. There's so many holes in it. It just doesn't line up. Like their
We
evidence, like I don't know. I think that maybe Yak Gotti will just walk away on probation with time
no.
served.
Why do you think that? Let me ask you that, and then I'll explain. Why do you say that?
Because I don't think he'll be I because he only has the one unaliving, which was Donovan Thomas,
Right,
and the only thing they have on him was that he was at the gas station. But like all these people hang out at the gas station clearly,
right.
and they have like there's no proof in that grid of cell phones that they had Woody's cell phone, they had everybody's cell phone, but Yak and Shannon's located near the murder.
Okay,
So I just think like that right there is beyond a reasonable. Like if they're not, I mean, Woody said he left his phone at home and he had three of them, so who knows?
right.
But there's no like, there's just no solid evidence. You can't see anything in the surveillance video except people hitting the ground.
Okay, so let me ask you this. If you're saying that there's no solid evidence, which I agree with, but if you're saying there's no solid evidence, why do you think he's going to get probation?
Because I think like, well, he has other pending charges, obviously, but like I just feel like, well, because Whitaker's given people like very like small sentences considering, and then lots more probation time.
Yeah, but he would only be on probation if he's convicted.
Yeah,
Like,
but I mean, like I think that. Well, I think they're both gonna get guilty somewhere, verdict
I think
somewhere.
so too.
I
I
just don't
see.
think the unalivings they're going to, because I don't think on either the Shamal drinks or the nut, I don't think there's evidence to like. There's just nothing solid. It's all theory.
Okay. So I want to I guess tonight might be a good time to do that because I wanted to get back to the cross examination. This means I have to pull out my legal pad. Um I wanted to go back to that surveillance footage, okay? Because I mean if I am struggling and if I'm questioning this, that means that's a not guilty. So
Mm.
so but I am struggling a bit with the Chamel drinks. I am kind of on the fence. I'm kind of on the fence because with Nut, I'm like, okay, I don't think there's anything here. But I don't know. We'll have to look. We'll have to look
I
at this.
think what the Shamel drinks on Aliving is going to come down to is the medical examiner said that so Shannon's car pulled off, and then that's when you see his brake lights go on and off.
Mm-hmm.
And the medical examiner said that there's absolutely no way, if it would have come from Shannon's car and he would have powed him, that his foot would be able to go on and off the brake like that and stop the car. So that's like on Shannon's side because it happens after he pulls away. But I think it really is going to come down to if you see the muzzle flash or not, really, and whose car it comes from.
I mean, Shaw Diggy was on here last night, and she said that she actually saw a muzzle flash.
That yeah, I've seen people say that too. I didn't see it, but
When
I
I
don't
watch
know.
those videos, I'm using my phone, so and
Yeah,
I'm
me
at
too.
work, so I see very little, right? Because I'm really listening most of the time.
It's like so grainy to me, and like it's so small on your phone. I'm like, I can't see anything.
I don't
But
know. Let's pull it up right now. Let's pull it up right now. Okay, so while I'm doing that, I'm gonna keep playing Love for a little bit. You can send me
I'm
those
gonna send you the
documents.
I'm just gonna send you the whole link with everything.
Okay, and then let me find that video.
Okay, if it kicks me off, I'll just join again.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. What did you say?
Oh, if it kicks me off because I'm closing out of this window, then I'll just join again.
Okay, sounds good.
Is Jerome here tonight? Because I think he'd be the perfect person for these documents because he'll just get a good laugh.
Right, right. I did not know that Jerome's here because he would have said something, right? I think he would have said hey or something, but I don't think he's here. So let me play Love. You send those
Yeah.
to me, and then let me find that surveillance footage.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Allie.
City of Atlanta and Fulton County. That there were other gangs that were at various points in time at odds and even at war with YSL. One of those gangs was known as the IF gang, IF, Inglewood Family. You will hear experts come in here and tell you more about how the Inglewood family bloods in any way made its way down to Fulton County. You will also hear evidence about how one of the members, one of the beloved, of whom.
Does anybody remember on which day we had the field cross-examination? I can pull out my pad. I just cannot find it on YouTube.
I think it was it last week?
It was last week, but no. What day is it today? I'm always asking for the date.
Is it Wednesday or Thursday? One of the two.
I think it's Thursday. I think it was last week. Let me just get my notepad out. That will just be easier. All right, so I'm gonna get back to playing this.
Whom YSL considered an opposition group was gunned down. Donovan Thomas on January the 1st, 2015. January the 10th, my apologies. 2015. Gunned down. Openly and notoriously. Because the evidence will show that part of the reasons that criminal street gangs operate the way that they do is to establish dominance and to establish control and to establish fear. You're going to hear that this gang stole at least 3 lives from this community over the last 10 years. At least 3 that are referenced in this indictment. You'll find that as a result of this gang's activities, a young woman who had nothing to do with either YSL or any of their opposition was gunned down by people trying to get back at YSL.
And this is what I keep saying. This, what is this? This trial, or there are victims in here that have absolutely nothing to do with the gangs or associations and things of that nature. And that's why I think, apart from the fact that they're charged with conspiracy and RICO, That's why I foresee guilty convictions in this case. I'm still looking, you guys.
I think, oh yeah, I don't think
But one
either of
thing,
them's gonna walk away without the conspiracy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't foresee it. But then again, juror 51 or whatever his number was.
He just wants out. He's done.
Right. And if he's done, I can kind of envision this person sitting in a corner with their arms crossed and saying, I'm not doing anything else.
He's gonna be the foreperson who reads the verdicts.
Oh my goodness.
Could
What
you
a mess.
imagine?
What a mess. Is he the foreperson?
I don't know, but I can just see it.
But then again, there's a possibility that this person may have been an alternate this entire time and they get to go home. So,
But
you know,
I think, hey, the jury should just be lucky that there's only 2 of them left.
right, right. Yeah, they don't have to go through all the counts. That's true.
But like, I think, I don't know, if they're starting closing on Monday, when do you think, like, how long do you think it would take them to go through all of them?
Here's my thing. This jury,
I don't think they really care, really, at this point.
no, they probably won out. So
Yeah.
who can blame them? But I think that if they do take, this is Fulton County. That's the thing with what I've learned from this trial. You just never know what to expect. But my sense is that I'm just going by what is typical for a case. Obviously, not a case with however many counts that they have here. And I'm just going to keep bringing up what's her name? Melody Ferris, because that's the most recent case that I've watched out of Georgia. That woman was charged, was it 3 or 4 counts? And that jury took at least a month. But she was also the perfect defendant, which I like because she was the perfect defendant. I think that the jury was, in fact, going to give her the benefit of the doubt. What I mean by that is that they were going to take their job seriously, and they were going to make sure that if she gets convicted, they were convinced that the prosecution actually proved their case beyond a reasonable doubt. But that said, this is just my what is this? My sense. If this jury deliberates for 10 days or less, it's either going to be a mistrial or it's an acquittal. If we're going to get a conviction, these people have to deliberate for at least a month is not even enough for the number of counts in this case. But
How
then
many counts are between the 2 of them?
I wrote some of those down. They are on a different pad because I tried. I don't know why this indictment has been so elusive. Because I looked up the indictment and I keep getting one that's a 54 count indictment, but I know that's not wrong. That's not right because we are at, I think it was 60 something. I don't remember, 62, 63 or something along those lines.
For just the 2 of them?
No. That was overall. As for the 2 of them, I had written it down yesterday. No, it was not yesterday. When was this?
Because I think like some of them, it will be like, I don't feel like some of the charges are gonna have to deliberate for long. Like a felon in possession of a firearm. Well, if you have the evidence, it's like Shannon. There's the
Right.
solid evidence. You had it. Like I don't know how long you would need to really deliberate on that.
But if 51 or whatever, if he has his arms crossed and he does not want to do anything, then they're not getting anywhere. So what I wrote from
Yeah, that's true.
was that yesterday? Yeah, that was yesterday.
And it has to be unanimous, right?
Right. Yep. This is criminal, so everybody has to be in agreement.
That's
That's for both.
that's going to be where the problems are going to come into play.
That
I
is
think.
for both. That is for acquittal and conviction.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, they have to be unanimous. So what I have here from yesterday's motions, Kendrick is charged with 1, 2, or at least he was, because 3 of these were dismissed. So he was charged with 1, 2, 57 through 63, right? And then for SB, let me see. So for SB, I had, oh, this is atrocious. This is not good penmanship. But for SB, I had 50. And then I had, was this 51 or is this a 1? Okay, obviously everybody has 1. So I had 50, I had 1, because I was just writing the counts down as the attorneys were arguing for a motion for a directed verdict. So 57 to 63, that still belongs to SB. This was Weinstein arguing. Let me see. But I just recalled that who's this? SB had more charges than he had.
But you know what's interesting about that is when they were before they said that they weren't taking their deals, when Whitaker was telling them how much time they'd be facing if guilty. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Gotti had a longer sentence than Shannon.
Because I remember the proposed sentence was 40 years or something.
For Shannon to serve, yeah. And then
So
like 30 on probation.
that's like assuming he's going to live to what, 100, 101. But anyways, what was the proposed sentence for Gotti?
I think it was a life sentence plus 100 and something years.
Really? I
I'm,
thought it was the
I have to
opposite.
go. I'll have to go back and find it. But yeah, I think it was long, and I was surprised that. Well, I guess Shannon, if convicted of everything, gets 2 life sentences plus 80 something years. So,
Insane. That's insane. Nobody gets to live that long, so
like,
I don't know. No, really, that is insane. Let me
and
see.
like, I honestly, like the way I see it is, I kind of not feel bad because they're grown men. They made their choices, but like, if you just think about some of their upbringing, and again, it's because I've worked in corrections, I've seen it all.
Uh-huh.
Even like Rodilius Ryan, little Rod, like you just look at some of these kids and like this is what they've known, this is what they've been a part of, and then there goes your whole life.
Right.
Bye. And it's too
Right.
late to do anything about it.
Yeah, I still think the sentences are excessive, but that's the problem. I think this is more of, and we can get into this at a later date, but I think the biggest problem is really plea dealing. I think that's where the problem lies because a lot of these folks, they obviously the prosecution's not proving their case beyond a reasonable doubt. Okay, the prosecution's not proving anything. So a defendant relieves the prosecution of their duty, and by doing that they essentially bury themselves. Okay, because it comes to a point where you have a lengthy rap sheet, and at that point they're like, okay, we've had enough, we don't want you wreaking havoc in the community anymore. But I think that plea dealing does contribute to that. So but we can go into that. I'm still trying to find.
I
Ooh.
just sent you the link, and I know I we were talking about this yesterday before you left because I wanted to talk to you and get your opinion like on just some of the stuff like about Rodilius Ryan and even Blaylock because kid was only 15.
Mm,
Ryan was only 15. He got a life sentence plus
that's
25 years on
insane.
top of that.
That's
Like
insane. That's insane.
there's nothing. This kid's life is over if he doesn't get an appeal.
Right. Okay, so I see that you sent those. Let me quickly I just want to quickly click on that. Okay. I do see a whole lot of stuff to go over. So where would I find the Rodelia's information?
It should say one
Oh,
second.
Ryan? Is that the Ryan?
Ryan and Blaylock.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because and I know Steele is representing Blaylock in his appeal because he's already done his opening arguments.
Right, because I saw that on that day. I saw it come up on my phone. I was at work though, so I had to work. I have bills to pay. So I
Right?
could not really get into it. But give me a chance to review this, right? I think Saturday. Let me just see how long it is. I think I already downloaded it. Did I not? Okay. So I will take a look at this on Sunday, and then we can definitely talk about it on Sunday. If that works for you, would Sunday work or no?
Yeah, if it's like more in the evening,
Yeah,
like
no.
late afternoon, evening. But I'm also not in the same time zone as you guys.
Oh, really? What time zone are you?
To what time is it there right now?
It is 11:04.
Yeah, okay, so it's 9:04 where I am.
I don't even know where that is. Would that be
I'm like west.
okay? So that's West Coast, but it's not Mountain Time. Is that Mountain Time or no?
Yeah, I'm in mountain time.
Okay, okay.
But
So
I mean, like, yeah, so whenever is good for you, I mean, Sunday I'm usually around, it's just not in the morning.
No, I cannot do mornings. I have a kid, Ellie. So
Yeah, see, you understand.
I have to parent too. I cannot be out here talking about other people's kids. I have to parent too. So, okay. All right. So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's agree on a time. We obviously have each other's email. So let's agree on
Yeah.
the time and then we can, I mean, even off, we can literally come on here and just discuss it. But let's agree on a time, I don't know, on Saturday or whatever, and we'll agree on a time. So I think from my notes, I think that the cross-examination of, or at least the surveillance footage was November 19th. Does that sound right?
Maybe.
Okay, let me just look it up. So I'm gonna.
I'm so bad with dates, like
I
honestly.
know. Me too. Okay, let's see. Wigs and Wine has a. Is it a question? I need to invest in another pair of glasses because I cannot see.
Did they ever show any evidence of him being anywhere near the net incident? I don't think so. Like they just had Gotti at the whatever the gas station is, the Texaco or whatever.
Mexico.
But there was like never any. They couldn't put his phone near any of the towers or anything like that. So it's just he was at the gas station 4 minutes before it happened.
Yeah,
That was just like a 3-minute drive from the gas station, the barber shop.
but even that though, let us not. Oh, here, Jerome's here. Jerome, you can join if you'd like. Let us. Okay, so Wine, to answer your question, let me put it this way again. Listen, when you join this live, you're guaranteed to hear two things, okay? The one thing is going to be from me, the other is going to be from Jerome. What you're going to hear from the anonymous attorney, you're going to hear her say over and over again, there's a difference between factual truth and substantive truth. And then from Jerome, when he gets on here, he's going to tell you, I'm from New York. He always says, I'm from New York. But in any event, what I mean by that is there's something, what we're going to hear during closing examination. Closing has not taken place yet. What you're going to keep hearing from the defense, they will keep talking about circumstantial evidence, okay? They will keep hammering circumstantial evidence. What that means is just that you have to make more inferences. In order to come to a said conclusion, you're going to have to make a lot more inferences than direct evidence. So even with circumstantial evidence, people do get convicted. Okay, it just depends on how the jury interprets the evidence, and that's why I think listening to the actual closing argument, that's where we're going to, because so much has happened in this trial to the point where everybody's fatigued. We're all fatigued. Our memories are playing tricks on us. We do not recall if we heard a certain thing, or if we heard certain testimony, or if certain testimony was introduced at trial. So I think that's where we're going to get probably most of our answers. But to answer your question directly, they did not offer, or I need to stop saying they. The prosecution has not offered any direct evidence in this case, but they want the jury to make inferences. And then let me see. Wiggs says she blames the parents. Why do you blame the parents, Wiggs? And then, hey, Jerome. And then, what do you mean by Shannon? But I want you to answer what you mean by you blame the parents. All right, let me play Love. I mean, Love is almost done, by the way. So let's Love finish. I'm going to let Love finish the first part of this opening statement. In the interim, I'm going to find the surveillance footage.
You have to let Love finish. She's in the jungle with the animals and the.
I know.
I couldn't
know.
believe,
She was talking. I don't know where. Anyways, this is Love. So
yeah, she's referencing the Jungle Book. Like that's
I know.
first. That's a first.
I have never heard an opening start off that way, but that is Miss Love right there. Okay. And she had to tell everybody it was her favorite book as a kid.
I wonder what Mr. Abate would come up with. Probably everyone's secrets.
No, that man, I am telling you, I have a lot of faith in him. If it's anybody that can deliver a closing, it's him.
Oh yeah, and he's like so much Mr. Atkins' hands would lose the jury.
Right. It's him. But I think for the RICO, they might bring Floyd back.
To,
I think,
for the closing?
yeah, or maybe not, but he was just there for the jury instructions though. So hey Jerome. Okay, we cannot hear Jerome. Hopefully you can hear us and
It's a
we cannot
typical
wait.
Jerome.
Yeah, but I mean Jerome has, I don't know, this a different profile and he changed his name and everything. So I guess we'll hear more from him.
Well, that's
Let's
weird.
see, what's Wig saying? Most of these guys had absent parents or parents that had issues themselves and therefore had no guidance. They all had not graduated from high school. They were not given a fair chance in life. Okay.
Yeah,
I
Gotti
figured,
graduated from high school because he was offered a scholarship for football.
who's that? Oh, that's right, because that's where
Doug
ESPN comes
Weinstein brought up
from.
the ESPN.
Right, that's where ESPN comes from. Um, Okay, so Wiggs, I need you to actually join the live if you're comfortable, because I think this is more of a conversation than a chat. Because I knew this is where you're getting it, but I have more questions, right? Because if you're saying that, and this is not me being argumentative or whatever, but I'm trying, or at least I want everybody else to, I want everybody else to, um, understand both perspectives, right? So if you're saying that most of these guys had absent parents or parents that had issues themselves, is it then under those circumstances, is it fair to blame the parents, right? I think that's my question. And then Wine says Yak, yeah, but Yak is just one.
But
Most of,
Jeffrey Williams graduated high school and went on from there. I think there was more. I think a lot of them just, I mean, like some of them had really bad upbringing, Shannon being
yeah,
one of them. Gangster
really,
grandma Ray Shannon.
right, right.
But I mean,
Hey Jerome.
Miami?
Yeah, who's this? Who's the other person on the screen?
I know
The
I got
baby.
it. Yeah, that's my grandson. That's my grandson.
Ooh, Jerome has
he's on there twice.
grandchildren. Oh, okay, okay. All right. How's your day going?
Going good. Long day. Working.
Yeah,
Get that
yeah,
money,
yeah, yeah.
money, money.
Right, right,
What's
right.
what's up, Allie?
Hey, how are
Allie
you?
in the house. Allie. Yeah. Allie
Don't
is
worry.
cool.
You know what? we were just laughing because I'm like, yesterday you guys said I needed to engage more. And here I come with a whole Google Documents
Right.
link with all these documents from this trial that was sent to me.
Yeah, Jerome, you're going to be very impressed because Ellie has come through with some exclusive documents, okay?
Yeah,
Some court
I was
documents.
listening. I was listening. I'm watching the game. I was watching the game.
What
It's a
game?
very the Steelers and the Browns.
Oh.
Cleveland Browns. Yes, good game. Good game.
Oh, okay.
But
I don't know anything about football, but
yeah, I
okay.
know. You told me that. You told me that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know anything about football. But in any event, oh, but you were listening, so I don't have to give you a recap. Let's see what Juan is saying. Most of them are illiterate and they think crime is the way to make money instead of getting a job at McDonald's. Juan, we need you in here. Okay. We need to have a, because if I remember correctly, I think Wine is in Los Angeles. Am I right or am I wrong? I need Wine to respond. Okay, so let's listen to the, I think they're 4 minutes. My math is always off, but
And
let's
then like
listen.
no, I just have one thing to say that just because
Uh-huh.
my background in like, well, first of all, I was just a running loose child. Like I didn't care about nothing. Anyways, but like that would be like intergenerational, like going from one to another where your family's all members of gangs and stuff like that. And I think like when they don't get jobs at McDonald's and stuff, it's because they don't know anything different. Because from the time they were in
Right,
diapers, they've
right,
been in wood. Like look at Woody for example. I've
right,
been brought up to lie to the police, like
right.
doors of his family members being kicked in when he was small. So like
Yeah,
I don't know how they know any better or
right.
different.
And I mean, there's no argument that nurture plays a significant role in shaping folks,
Hmm.
right? I think that plays a significant role, but we also should not oversimplify because oftentimes it's more complicated than what we see at the surface level. So,
Mhm.
you know.
Right. And
It's
you guys sound like y'all are beautiful, beautiful mothers, just like my mother, God bless. You know what I mean? And when you like my father, he left the house when I was like 10 years old. So a lot of that kind of messes you up. You rebel, and then my mother, she had my dad come back. I'm thinking that we're gonna be a family again, but she only did that to discipline me and have him come into life, and then he left again. But as a mother, you don't really know. You be like, that's your son. Once you get to a certain age, your mother can only do but so much. Like when I grabbed the belt with my mother, she
Jerome,
was.
only disclose information that you're comfortable sharing on here.
No, I'm just saying, when I
Okay.
grabbed the belt and I saw my mother sweating because I got to the age that I was stronger than her. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, that's a good thing to where, when you have kids that you need your father in your life, because I felt sorry for my mother when she realized that she couldn't spank me no more. I was
Mhm.
stronger than her, but I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Are you from New York? I'm from New York. From New York.
Yeah, yeah,
Sorry, I need to
yeah.
get my laugh out. I have to laugh every single day. Otherwise, I'm a clone. Okay. All right. All right. Let's get into love. And I think I've found the surveillance. So while love, I'm probably going to pause because there might be commentary. But while love is on here, I'll
Mhm.
find the video.
Oh yeah, you're gonna look at Allie because I saw Allie got some work for you. So she sent you some work.
She came with some receipts. Okay. She
I
came
may
with
be
a law
quiet sometimes,
library.
and that's because I'm getting the good stuff in the back.
Right.
I'm
She
trying
came
to
with a
work
Supreme
today,
Court.
and like I'm getting all these things, and I'm like, can you people stop?
Right,
Like,
right. So,
wait,
but that's
record
good.
them.
That's good. Let's see. Wine says, yes, I agree. All these guys need a father in their lives, a good father, or some form of a role model. All
Hmm.
right.
Hmm.
You
My stepfather is my real father is my real father, but my stepfather is who raised me.
right. And you're from New York.
From
Okay,
New York.
They
that's why
don't.
last time
They don't
saying
mess around up there.
what's that?
They're not messing around up there in New
No,
York.
not one bit. Oh,
My
never
step my
mind.
stepfather brought me to South
Hey,
Carolina.
Jasmine.
Yeah.
If I stayed in New York, I would have been in jail or in prison.
Yeah, yeah. New York's rough, so yeah.
Jasmine, what's up?
Hey, big cuzzo. Do you want to join or what? All right, I'm gonna play this and then let me get to the. I've said that 5 times already. Okay, I'm gonna play this and then I'll find the video.
You'll hear evidence that after the murder of Donovan Thomas, no less than 50 shootings occurred over the course of the next several months. You'll hear evidence that hundreds of bullets were fired into cars, into homes, and into people as a result of the rift Young's limelight had with other people in the community. So what are they accused of and what are you here for today? The judge read the 4-hour-long indictment to you 12 months ago. He didn't read it to you again today, but he generally gave you what each defendant is being charged with and what the state has the burden of proving beyond a reasonable doubt as it relates to each defendant. But just to broadly touch on those, the crimes that the state will be proving to you over the next several weeks include conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act. That is an absolute mouthful. So we'll just say RICO. There's no substantive allegation of RICO violations here. And by that, I mean, there's a difference. Here, the state is alleging that these defendants, they had an agreement, unspoken, but no less an agreement, to obtain property, things of value, cell phones, cars, stolen guns, through a pattern of illegal activity. The evidence will show that it's sort of like if two people said, okay, you know what, we're gonna go toilet paper our dean of admissions house. And they sat there thinking and talking about it, and someone overheard them and went and reported them to the police. And the police came and said, okay, I'm gonna arrest you all for conspiracy, for planning to go and do this. The evidence will show that it's not enough that they were planning to do it. Somebody has to do at least one thing in order for those two people to be found guilty of conspiracy. So say one of you goes and says, let me go get the toilet paper now. Then y'all are in trouble. That's what we have here, and that's what the evidence is going to show.
All right.
There was an agreement among the members of YSL to obtain property and things of value through a pattern of illegal activity. And it is their actions over the course of the last 10 years. It did not stop, by the way, in 2015. It didn't stop at all. It continued up through and even into 2023, after this case was indicted, as the evidence will show. But their actions are what the state will be looking to you to evaluate and determine. Does this action show that they are agreeing to participate in this organization, this enterprise, through racketeering activity? You'll see evidence, as I stated, of not just drug sales, trap houses, drug houses, whole houses out of which drug sales were conducted, where they held long-arm guns by the door, where they stood ready to act on command if either one of their number called. Who's on trial before you today is Rodelius Ryan, Quamarius Nichols,
Miss Love,
Marquavius Huey, Jeffrey Williams, Shannon Stillwell,
Bonnie
Delonte
Willis.
Kendrick, and their actions during the
I mean, she's good. I actually thought she was reading from memory, but I just saw her look down. So I guess she does actually have a list. Because I was going to say that's pretty good memory if she knows, everybody in here. Okay, let's see what happened to Jerome. Jerome, what do you have going on?
dates that are listed in this indictment are what we are asking that you pay close attention to and you evaluate.
Your Honor.
It-
You have an objection?
Yes, sir.
Basis.
A motion.
The judge was exasperated. It looks like a scare off.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of our breaks. I'm going to need to probably ask you to retire. Do you have?
All right. There's a second part. We'll see if we'll get into the second part. I quickly want to move on to the surveillance. Rome, why are there three of you on here? What's going on? All right, let me share my screen. I think I found it. I might be incorrect, but I believe I found it. I think obviously this is a shortened version of the live,
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Please, the
but
court. Good morning. Good morning.
which
The number for the total number of calls recorded. Mr. Atkins, if you could.
Jerome, is that your TV, your radio? What's going on?
I'm gonna turn it. I'll turn it down. I'm sorry.
All right.
You can hear all that?
Yeah. If I can, I'm pretty sure other folks can too. I think, is this it? No, I think I'm gonna have to pull up the actual hold on. Yeah, let me find the actual live. Was this the 19th?
I think that came after it because the caption on it said something about pulling up in Mechanicsville or something.
Where? Oh, you think this is it? Or you said
No,
after?
yeah, when you go up, wait, go up again on your screen a little so I can see
sorry.
like the. Yeah, because that's like an Instagram post. It looks like somebody just got in mechanics. So I think it's before that.
Before? All right.
I think. I don't know.
What's the date on that?
19. I don't know. Let's just find the actual live because. All right. So the 19th, would this be it? Would that be? It's probably 3 days ago. Let's see. That's it?
All right. For a minute, let me just ask y'all some
No, that's the
scheduling issue.
My math is always off. Now I'm confused. Now I'm lost. Is it this one? No.
They're all the same picture. You just never know.
Right. Right. All right. Is this it?
Problem.
Yak be dressing his ass off.
He's doing what?
He be dressing. He know how he's a fashion guy.
I mean, if you have to wear a jumpsuit every day, I don't blame him. Right? He was dressed. I don't know that bow tie though. That was giving the Nation of Islam. So
I know, just like Adams did the same thing when
Oh, really?
yeah, when the new judge came and I was like, she was shutting them down. But hey, what y'all as a female, what y'all think about her ponytail today?
What was going on with that?
I know.
Which feet? Who are you talking? Wait, what are you saying?
Whitaker. She had like
the judge.
Was it a ribbon or something? And I don't even know.
Was it a ribbon? Because I was like, did she?
Maybe
die?
she was looking nice because it was Yak's birthday.
Woo!
I was thinking the same thing.
You guys are funny. Let me look it up here. You see, I'm always distracted. Let me see YSL trial. I only tuned in for a little bit today. I could not. Oh, I see. Yeah.
I didn't really watch the whole thing either because it was just.
No, but
Yeah,
she looked
Allie,
refreshed though.
Yeah, she was. Oh,
She looked.
I agree. I agree with you, Allie.
Yeah, she
was
looks refreshed.
She looks
Very-
refreshed because she's working on the instructions and everything on her own without anybody else. So it's less of a hassle. I don't
Right.
like that. Okay, she doesn't like it. Better go back to the drawing board.
Right.
It's going to take them longer to put that together than it is for the jury to deliberate and come back with a verdict.
Yep.
Let's see. Is it here? I'm just going to put that on the screen.
We built a 7-figure business as a 2-person agency, and I wish we had Honeybook.
I know what they look like.
All right, let me ask you
here
this,
we go.
since you know about guns, at least through your career. Glock 27s, when you shoot them, do they expel shell cases?
Yes.
Okay, Glock 27s, when you shoot them, do they?
Sorry, I'm just playing this because I'm messing. That's it. That's it, because Viva Rito, the expert.
A loud bang.
Yes.
When you shoot a Glock 27, does it create a muzzle flash?
It should. I mean, when you shoot it like during the day, you wouldn't see it.
See, he literally trapped her over there.
Because she goes to the shooting range at nighttime.
Right.
She would know. Of course she does. How convenient.
And that's why, regardless of what happens, SB cannot complain about his defense. He literally, he got the best attorney, I would, in my opinion. This guy's the best attorney in this entire trial.
No.
Maybe, yes, he is. Who's better than him?
Steele is the man.
Do more.
Steele is the man. Steele is the
No,
man.
no. Steele is not a better attorney than Short under no circumstances.
Oh, Sharp was watching him. Sharp was watching Steele.
No.
You could tell by his
Steele-
gestures.
No.
Like when he says All right.
I have case law for that. Okay.
Him and his
No.
wife. But I'm just saying, come on. Steele is the man.
Short,
Come on.
Short is a better attorney than any other attorney
Then
in this
Steele?
case.
I think hold on. I think Steele is like when he's like going in front of like when he's doing appeals and he's doing like his opening, whatever they call it in the appeals court. He is very good. He seems to be more like convincing and more like I think Love had him stressed out this whole trial, and he like he said he didn't want to practice law anymore. But then you see him like doing Blaylock's appeal, his opening, and he was like calm, to the point. He knew.
Steele is the man. Steele is the man.
Not in this
Steele
trial.
is the man. The only thing is they're lucky that he's older and more seasoned, because I would have loved to see the younger Steele if he was like Max, to where, because he was because I'll tell you this, and I'm gonna shut up.
All right.
Steele is smarter than Glanville and this judge right. She's smarter than him. He's smarter than him.
I don't know about all that, but
well,
okay.
Well, we didn't meet his wife yet. I don't know if it's him or his wife, but they are. Man, he went to the Supreme Court and argued he's going to make precedent to where a lot of this stuff for the RICO, Steele's name is going to go on a lot of stuff, because he's the one that's making precedent to where they actually going to take this case, and all of the motions that Steele did is going to be for future cases. And I'm going to shut up. Bye-bye.
And you're from New York.
I think though too, like we're just seeing Shard come out and be like the good lawyer he is, because Glanville always just shut him down. Sit down. I want to hear from you, because I feel like he just didn't want that. You know what I mean?
No, I think my reasons for saying that Shard is the best attorney in this case, because Shard, out of all the people in this trial, he's the one that actually knows how to cross-examine. Cross-examination is very difficult to do.
You're right.
So
I got you.
that's why that is a skill that a lot of attorneys do not have. And to me, that's what makes him the best attorney in this entire trial.
I got you.
And when they're doing direct, he's like always writing stuff down. So like when he goes up there to do cross, he knows where he's going and where like how he's gonna open up and get it out.
And that's even when I play that messy part with Vivarito. He basically asks all these questions to build up to where he's going. He asks about the muzzle flash, and she agrees. And then later on, after he's already cornered her, she's trying to change her position. So that man is the best attorney in this entire trial. Okay, so let's go. I think I found I'm on the wrong.
I'm still standing up for Steele.
Okay. All right. I mean, a lot of them are brilliant, because even who's this? Adriane, insufferable, but she does have a very impressive resume. So I'm not going to what is the word? I'm not going to reduce all the work that she's accomplished over a 15-year period to this trial. That's basically what I'm saying.
But does she really have that good of experience? Like, I don't know, because I always see that boy who with schizophrenia and all that mental health who died in Fulton County because she kept refusing. She kept pushing the judge to keep him in Fulton County instead of going to like forensics. And he ended up dying in there. So like, and she just, well, it is what it is. You committed a crime. You had to go to Fulton County. But this is a guy who, going back to like 2 years old, had some severe mental health. Like, how do you live with yourself?
Right.
That's how I see it. And she's just, I don't know.
Maybe
she's overworked and underpaid.
I did say she's insufferable. She's not likable. But
you could talk the ears off a donkey.
Right. But can I say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Where we're at now in this case, the reason why I'm standing up for Steele, I think that he, like what they're doing now to do the arguments and the to prepare the jury and all this, what they're doing now, this is where they need Steele. That's where Steele is. Max is cool, but still, like when they're doing the arguments for this to write the thing, still would have the perfect.
I don't know.
The judge would agree with everything that he said because he's a master like that.
I don't know about the. Wait,
in
is this
opening-
Kazo? Did I forget to add Kazo? Hold on. I see. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out this YouTube stuff. Jasmine, are you trying to? I see something down here, but I cannot. I need to learn how to work. I need to learn how to work this MacBook. I don't actually open it. The only time I've been using it is for YouTube. I don't know. Jerome, do you mind if I remove your other account
Yeah,
with a baby?
go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, because I think Jasmine's trying to.
I was
I
trying
still
to.
cannot see it. I know there's somebody down at the bottom. Let me remove this.
You can remove me, and I'll come back if you want to.
No, I'm trying to see my screen. If I knew how to work this, I'd not be removing anything at all. But I don't know. Jasmine, is that you? I don't know. Obviously, she's not going to respond and say, hey, that's me. Okay. So I'll add to stage. I think.
But when it comes to closing, I think Shard's better because I found like even an opening Shard I found him because he really, I mean, still did good, but he really like took Shannon out of this bad boy game and just made him he was brought up by his like very, you know what I mean? Like he just really humanized him very, very well, and he's good at it.
You're right.
Yeah, Shard he's brilliant, man. Oh, there's Jasmine. I knew I was not tripping.
It's strange. My screen.
What happened to Jasmine? Did she just disappear? No, Jasmine, join.
All right, my whole screen changed. What the heck is that?
What's that?
Mine's still the same.
I don't know. You guys know I don't know how to work this. I need Greg or somebody to help me. Come on, Jasmine, I'll add you. I just could not figure out how to get to you, but okay. All right, let's find the spot. Let's find the spot because we're trying. Oh, there's surveillance. Let me just leave it here.
Just wait a live stream and record.
I leave it here. I think let me leave it there.
And I've watched it a year ago, a couple years, like 2 years ago. I watched it.
Put Jasmine in it.
She's here. Hey, big Cuzzo. She's here.
Hey.
What's up?
I wasn't gonna say anything. I just felt left out. I
Okay, we've been bonding over a few days.
I'm just going to check on my kid, but I'm still here, Jerome.
Yeah, Allie parent. Okay, that comes first. That comes
I'll be
first.
right back.
All right, big Cuzzo, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm tired, but I'm good. I stayed up just for you.
Oh my goodness.
I was gonna stay in the background, but
you could watch the replay. So okay, because you're tired.
Oh no, I've been on the whole time, so I've seen everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been on the whole time.
All right, I won't keep you up. So let me play. The reason why we are playing the surveillance footage is because we're trying to figure out if the prosecution has presented enough evidence as it applies to SB's Merck count, obviously with what's his name, Drinks as the victim. So that's why we're playing this. All right, so I'm gonna play this.
Mr. Kokomo, if you could please publish the sentence.
And is Kokomo, is he just an assistant? Or what's his role?
He's second chair, co-counsel.
Oh, got it. Oh, okay, Mr. Lawyer. He's like the Matthews, the father and the son.
But he gangster though. He kind of hood. Like
who?
Kokomo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he kind of hood.
That's who you need to. That's who you need to represent you. Okay,
Kokomo
somebody that can relate.
What was the other one? Gardner. That was alongside Harvey, or not Harvey, but
wasn't that the lady?
No, it was who was it? Gardner was co-counsel to
Gardner.
Who was he? He was back there somewhere. He's fine, black man.
Ooh, here we go.
So he was very noticeable.
Okay, so 3 things that you will know every time you tune in here. Jasmine's gonna find somebody attractive. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna I'm gonna distinguish between factual and substantive truth, and then Jerome's gonna tell everybody he's from New York. Okay, all right. Let me play this. I'm from New York. I'm sorry. Literally, when I'm at work, I say that to myself sometimes. So, all right, let me play this. All right, and the other thing, when you come on here, I'm gonna make you laugh. Okay, that's my specialty.
Hey, Jerome.
Hey, Jasmine.
All right, I'm not gonna give a disclaimer for you too. Let me. I'm gonna mind
Nah,
my
it's all
business.
jokes. It's all jokes. It's all jokes.
All right, all right. Let's see. All right, come on, Mister. Okay. So, um, who's this? Shaw Diggy last night said that she saw a muzzle flash. I did not see anything because when I was watching this in real time, I was on a phone and I was not watching. I was really listening. I don't remember what Ali said. I don't remember.
I know. What does Allie? What does Allie think? What does Allie think?
I
I
don't know.
think she said that she didn't see one either, but I kept hearing that I kept hearing people say they saw one, but I didn't see one either.
All right, let's see.
No, I didn't. Is Allie still here or no?
Yeah, she's
No, she just
parenting.
checked out
She's
for a
here.
second.
Yeah, she's parenting. All right, let's see.
You said parenting?
Yeah.
Go
Parenting.
ahead, Ms. Kokomo.
Let's see. That was 12, 17.
The car that turn around, that's what I would like to know is that looks like a one way. With the car to turn around, where did it go?
Is it one way? This looks like a 2-lane to me.
But there's no cars on the road, so going the other way. I mean,
there go
they run
Allie.
red lights. They don't stop at red lights. So what's
Right,
the
they don't
difference?
stop at red lights.
All right, so whose car is that?
Yeah. All right, let's go back just a little bit.
That must be Drake.
I think I forwarded. Hold on.
Jasmine was what's his name? Gardner? Was he Gardner? Was he with Nicole Westmoreland?
I think he
Isn't that
was,
Harvey?
but he was back there. It was Shannon and it was Nichols on that back row, and Gardner was on that back row.
And then there was
also.
another guy too, and then Harvey and Westmoreland.
So that had to be Gardner. Fine specimen of a man.
Ooh. All right. Okay. I'm gonna reserve my comments. Okay. Actually, he has. I know I'm distracted too, but listen. Our cousin-in-law has a very nice suit on. Okay, Mr. Bumpus. He has a nice suit on.
Oh, I love Max.
He said Mr. Bumpus.
Mr.
Yeah,
Bump.
that's what the lead attorney said.
Oh, really?
The B stands for Bumpus.
Oh, I started calling him that last night, Mr. Bumpus. All right, let's get in here.
Okay. Mr. Kokomo, if you could please publish.
Man, I was wondering what I was looking at. That man has his shoes off, but okay, that's just me being nosy.
Ooh.
Yeah, where you see that?
He has his shoes off. Hold on.
Yeah, because I heard that their
The
feet
blue?
is actually like chained to the floor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they
Their
change
ankles, so they
clothes
can't.
once they get up there in the courtroom. That's
Yeah,
when they change clothes. That's when the clothes are exchanged and they get to change clothes to come into court.
Right. Okay.
I met with Investigator Hogan in the afternoon of the 16th, so it would have been
after
that.
Okay.
He's gonna wiggle his little toes right now.
Are you aware that?
That's crazy that your bad eyes can see that.
No, because
I've noticed it before too, and I'm like, why is he not?
if
wearing
I
shoes?
turn this on, you'd see how close I am to this, basically the screen right now. So I wonder what his toes look like. But anyways, let's
help you answer this question. You're aware that Detective Hogan swore out warrants against my client without ever viewing the FedEx video?
I can't speak to what he did or did not do.
Okay. When did you most recently watch the FedEx video?
Probably maybe like a week ago.
Okay. How many times in total have you watched the FedEx video?
A few times.
Few times. When you say a few times, how many is that?
And I've watched it a year ago, or a couple years, like 2 years ago. I watched it.
Mr. Kokomo, if you could please publish.
Kokomo.
She's lying. She never watched it.
Oh,
But I
really?
thought she just said she just watched it the other day.
Right.
Did she just say that?
Yep.
She's the expert, okay?
But look at them all.
She's
What
a
they say and what
liar.
they've done in their investigations don't exactly line up.
She's the expert, okay?
Yeah, what do I know?
Well, we seen what the
Look
investigators
at
have done
Brother
on his
Yak.
family.
Brother
He's a good
Yak.
looking. He's a good
Don't
looking
he
guy.
look like he's supposed to be selling bean pies?
Yeah. I literally have that. I have that written down on my notepad here. It reminded me of the Nation of Islam. I lived in a community once where they'd be selling bean pies on the side of the road, and I forgot the newspaper, but I bought the newspaper.
The newspaper too, yes. On
Was
a
it Star
Saturday.
something? You a Star something.
Yeah.
Man.
Saturday.
On
You
a
talking about the final
Saturday.
call? Final call?
Right, final call. There we go. Yeah.
You don't see them out there like that. Now you see the Israelites.
Oh, really?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you're right.
Yeah,
You're
they're
right. You're right.
everywhere.
I want
Yeah,
to
you're
try
right.
bean pie though. It's unrelated, but
I would never.
why not?
That just don't even sound right.
Let me see. What are the ingredients?
A
Let's see.
bean pie? What
Now
is
we're
in
just
that?
distracted. Huh?
That's like a vegan meal right there.
Oh,
Like
really?
that sounds like something for a vegan.
So, bean pie, Nation of Islam. Let's see. Man, I want the ingredients. They're talking about, or maybe this is part of the ingredients. Apparently, it's a unique specialty in some Black American Muslim communities, and are made with creamy navy beans, spices, and what is this? Wheat crust. So it sounds healthy.
Just give me a good old chicken pot pie and I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Doing no bean pie.
Just funny, so funny. I girls. All right, let's get into this. All right, come on.
I ain't messing with the bean pies. Y'all ain't messing me up.
I need to say this. We are very chaotic. So we're a chaotic bunch. All right. Let's see. Okay. Come on. Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so
Kokomo, if you
third car.
pause that video right now.
Go ahead. What are you saying?
I said, who's in the third car?
Word.
I don't know, but I think the third car must have
Yep.
been, I think they're
So
together.
there's
Wait, where's Nichols' car? Because I only see 2 sets of brake lights, and I thought they said Nichols was supposed to be beside SB's car.
There's a car right here.
yeah.
There's a car right
Okay,
there.
but then I only see another set of brake lights, like only one set. So wouldn't there be
Who pulled off
3
first,
if
though?
Drinks is in the turning lane, SB's beside him, and then Nichols is beside him?
Right.
This
I
is what
see
I
that.
see. For me, I see Drinks over here,
Yep.
SB, and then here's the third vehicle. But let me go back a little bit
Nah,
because
that's not drinks. That's not drinks over there.
isn't there Drinks over here?
Yeah,
Ooh,
he's in the far left.
Yeah, that's
because he's in
him.
the turning lane.
This is
Then they
Drinks over
said
here.
SB is beside him, and then
Oh.
Nichols pulled up beside SB. But to me, it looks
Were
like
you-
only 2 brake lights. I don't know. I'm not.
Let me go back a little bit because I'm seeing 3 vehicles, but I have something to add. I have something to add as far as direct evidence and circumstantial. So let's see. Can we go
It
back?
seems like the Audi was first, and then the what was he driving? The Ford Fusion.
But I thought
was
they
behind?
said Nichols and SB was in the same car.
No, Garlington was in the passenger seat of SB's car, and then Nichols
Okay,
was in the
okay,
other car.
okay,
I think.
okay.
Right.
I
Right.
think
No, you're right. You're right.
All right.
these people be all over the place. Like, who knows?
And
Yeah.
then they had Farley. So Farley must have been in the with
Or
Shannon.
this, or no,
Farley.
no, McFarley is. No, I think he was with Nichols.
You think so?
Yeah, because it was just Garlington and Shannon, and then I think the two were in the other car.
But I think Farley
I
was in the
actually
back
think
seat because
Nichols did
remember
the
they
shooting.
was in the back
Oh,
seat.
okay,
They-
that's interesting, Jasmine. Why do you think
Well,
so?
he just walked away scot-free from it.
Who, Farley?
No,
Nah,
Nichols.
Nichols.
They dropped it when he did his plea deal. They took
Even
out
the family feel like that Nichols did it.
Oh yeah, if the streets say that that's
Oh,
it, then that must be it.
I thought they said that they didn't believe that Shannon or Nichols did it.
The aunt feels like
Nichols never went into the store.
But but he was outside in the car in the parking lot.
Yeah, that's why I would say Farley and Shannon, they was all in the same car because they was in the store. And Nichols never went into the store.
And neither did Garlington.
Correct.
So Jasmine, why do you think Nichols did it?
Nichols?
He just give me guilty.
What did you say?
He just gives me guilty.
How does that work?
I don't know. It's just he gave me guilty.
He was never a shooter. He was never a shooter though. He was never a shooter.
They said that about all of them.
Yeah.
Well, they got some people that said they was the shooters now. Come on. You got Garlington. He was getting guns too, like the old girl. They don't talk about that. He was getting guns too. He was buying the guns too.
That was Zachary.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He was buying guns. Just like I think
Garlington was just wiretapped everywhere to everybody.
Yeah, he was young. He was young. He's
I
youngest.
feel like the young ones were the ones like Hugh is young. I wouldn't even throw Lil Rod into that equation because Lil Rod didn't even know Young Thug. He wanted
he
to
did.
be
He
cool.
did.
No,
he knew.
he didn't know him.
That's
He knew him as a rapper. They never met.
Nah, they got that on video. They got that on video.
They never met.
You don't have to.
He met Yak. He never met Thug.
He knew Shannon too because there was messages.
Yeah,
that
he
were
knew
brought
Shannon
in.
too, but he did not know Thug.
All right, let's look at this.
So Jasmine, do you think that it wasn't Shannon driving the Audi? It was Nichols?
Oh no, I think it was Shannon driving. I feel like yeah. I think Shannon.
Most definitely.
But then
what?
Like how would he do it from so far over?
I don't think Shannon
Shannon
did that.
No.
Oh, you don't think so?
I don't think Shannon did that.
Me either.
I don't know. Let's look at this. All right, so that's
one.
first.
So that's drinks.
Right. That's a second.
Okay, there's the Audi.
And then the third's about to come.
So
wasn't it
two car that does the U-turn?
What's that? No, there's another car is going to come. I think it's a darker car. Like
it looked like it. What is that? Like a cul-de-sac or a dead end?
I was thinking. No, at the back, but at the front is where the light is at. I was thinking where they was coming from. It just seems weird.
Yeah. So then after this car right here, like this last car comes
yes.
After that one pulls up beside Shin, and then there's a fourth car that comes, right?
That car right there looks like the Audi to me.
I know.
That don't look like a
Is this supposed to be off of Cleveland Avenue?
No, this was the one near Mechanicsville under the whatever.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, let's play this. Okay, so braking over there. They're obviously braking.
Show the part where the car turns around. I didn't see that yet.
That's gonna come. We don't even have to fast forward. That's gonna come again.
Because they up there and then somebody turn around. Okay, go ahead. That look like an Audi. That don't look like no
But the
Fusion.
second car that came up would have to be because it's pulled up right beside Drinks, and the theory is it was Shannon that it was the Audi that was pulled up right beside him. So that
All right.
The Audi looks
Car, I
like the
guess.
last one.
Okay, let's play. Let's see.
So okay, they said you can't roll down the windows because he had just got the windows tinted, right?
Mr. Kokomo.
You would see him open the door if he opened the door.
I mean,
But they said in Audis, if the car is running, you cannot open the door.
My thing is though, if these people have a tendency is not the right word, but that's what I'm going to go with. If they have a tendency to run red lights,
why are they stopped right now?
Exactly. So that's what I'm talking about. And that's why I'm a bit on the fence about this count, because we don't have direct evidence. There's circumstantial, but is it sufficient? Because there are just too many questions
And like
here.
by the time
Too many. Go ahead. What's that?
When you see the car coming through the intersection, like going, like if you can't go through at the same time where they'd have the green light, it's like they sat at the light for so long, so it's not like they were really gonna get into an accident.
I don't know. I don't understand why they're stopping here. I don't understand why they're stopping for this long. And then the ankle monitor, the speed also does not make sense to me. So let's.
Oh, how it accelerates so fast.
Right. That does, to me, that's where I'm saying that there might be, or it's part of the reason why I have concerns or I'm worried about this charge sticking. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's not gonna stick.
I don't know. Let's see.
Investigator Viverito.
But I just think, like, did the fourth car, whatever, the one that does the U-turn, did it just come and happen to see the tail end of it and just turn around and freak out? Or
we'll see a pop up here.
To do with it?
Right.
We'll see a pop up here in a little bit. I wish I'd put my timer on.
If somebody did a murder, they're gonna wait until the light goes green.
I don't think so. Why?
But I also don't see what Max Shard's talking about the brakes going on and off after Shannon's car leaves, which they said couldn't happen if he was already unalive. Like, your body's not gonna put the brakes on and off.
Yeah, but the
I don't
thing
see
is,
his brake lights
so you're
flash.
saying the brake went on and off?
Yeah, so after Shannon and them drive away, apparently you can see the brake lights where, like, Drinks takes his foot off the brake and then puts it back on. And the medical examiner is saying that's impossible if he was already hit.
Right.
But the thing is, I didn't see that. I don't see that as reasonable doubt, though, because in order to really bring that in, who's this? Shard would basically have to introduce. I mean, it's not really their burden, so I'm not even going to say that because the defendant does not have to do anything in this case. My questioning, though, because I listened to that entire time.
Is that someone walking up there, though? Like, I see something moving way up and, like, it looks like in front of the cars. But I also am blind, so I don't know.
Girl, I paused this.
I don't know. You got some binoculars.
No, I think it might be the light pole. I don't know.
Where? Here?
Like, right in front. It looks like in front of Drinks' car, yeah, or it's a shadow.
It looks like somebody's standing there.
No, you guys are seeing things. This is a shadow.
Oh.
That's why I was like, maybe it's just a light pole.
It does look like somebody's standing there.
I mean, I'm gonna have to bring up
right at the hood of his car, at the headlight. Is that what you're seeing it, Jasmine?
Yeah, it's like right in the front where she had the pointer at.
Yeah.
It looked like it's a person standing right there.
Like almost leaning on the hood.
Now we're just conspiracy.
See, it's moving. Jasmine, do you see it moving?
I'm seeing what you're seeing. I'm definitely seeing what you're seeing.
Okay, good. I'm not.
And you're not blind.
It does. The car does look a little wider for some reason. I don't know. I don't know.
Just also, play it. Yeah, just play it.
Did he get? What's up?
It looks like someone's moving to the driver's side door right now. Does it not, Jasmine? Like there's a shadow or something there that wasn't there.
Something there. It looks.
I just see some. It looked like somebody's standing there, but it's not playing, so it's still. But it looks like it's a person standing right there.
I don't know.
It's definitely a defect there.
But also, so my thing is if so say Shannon did it, just say. But how did Drink's car after he was unalive never move unless it was already in park? But you're sitting at a red light, so why is your car in park?
I mean, the thing is, think about this. If this is not just an ordinary case of, I don't know, a McDonald's worker or something that's going to and from work. If you have a car right next to you and you anticipate something about to happen, I'd like to believe that you possibly could put the car in park.
But apparently they didn't know each other.
But from
I don't know.
The evidence that was introduced, there was a woman that was brought on the stand. It's somewhere in my notes here. Who is actually Drink's girlfriend.
Oh, his girlfriend, yeah.
Right. When they brought her on the stand, I was like, okay, this woman does not even know any of these people. So the purpose that she's being brought, or that she's being called as a witness, I was basically waiting for the reason why the state called her. And from what I recall, there was a boy. She called the person a boy. I don't remember this person's name, but this person was associated with an op.
With YSL.
Right. So that is the connection. But what I could not understand is.
But where'd this boy go? Because
that's what I understand.
Wasn't he at the BPs with Drinks? Or something like that on survey? I don't know, man. There's so many of them.
Right, that's a part where I don't recall.
He was the last one. He was the last one to win there. I know
right.
that.
But that was the connection. And as far as the doctor's concerned, though, actually, I was going to say this. I always have random stories. But in any event, I don't know why I'm whispering. So go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm just wondering, did Drinks have a cell phone? Everybody's got a cell phone. They ain't talk about.
He probably got two phones.
So who was he talking to?
Why would that matter?
Because obviously they met up. If he stopped, they obviously had some type of transactions going on or something.
No, he went to get liquor at the liquor store at the BPs, and then he was supposed
but
to
on
go
this
back
road,
home.
but on this road, what would make him stop?
It's a red light.
What a red light at?
Yeah, a little
Wasn't
further
there a
up.
red light?
It's a little further up.
No, they're at the red light because the way the road turns.
They're at a red light. That's
Well,
why
maybe I
he's from New York
because it has that
doesn't-
live YSL Rico try at the top. Maybe that's why I can't see it.
What's that? No, they were at a red light. They were. The lights are right here. They were at a red light.
Well, when Shannon left, he went up a little bit before he made that left. It ain't like they at the white line.
Straight.
Shannon made a left, or did he go straight?
I thought he went straight. Okay, let's just
He
watch
made a
that.
left.
we can.
The road's on a bend though, Jerome.
Just watch it. I think he made a left.
I thought he went straight, but let's watch.
I think he went straight.
As we have it paused.
The jury's going to be in trouble debating over this.
I know. But what I was going to say, though, as far as the medical examiner's testimony about whether it was impossible for who's this Drinks to actually mash the pedal or not, I'm not a medical doctor, but I disagree with her testimony.
But it's because Shard said his brake lights went on and off more than once. It wasn't like they just went off and then went back on. And apparently they flickered a couple times. So I think that's why she said that's impossible.
Yeah, but
because like you said, he must have been in park. He had to have been.
I think he was in park.
Because your foot would get heavy after you pass away, and then it would slide off the brake if you're on the brake. You would think.
No, but that's not immediate, though. That's not immediate.
Or it would stay on the brake.
Hold on, let me pull out. I'm gonna pull out my forensic medicine book. Hold on. No, I still want to watch this. Let me pull out the book. Hold on. Wait.
Maybe it is going to take the jury a long time to deliberate because we're all.
I know.
They could be sounding like us.
I'm not open.
That's why I never go to jury duty. I never show up.
You don't have a choice.
No, I act like I don't get the this paper. I don't
Oh,
live
yeah,
there
things
anymore.
to do.
Thank God I can say I'm a criminal.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, I can't say I'm a criminal. I can't say I'm a criminal.
Jerome is a hot mess.
Well, that's one way to get out of it.
Right. Get a conviction. This is a mess. Let me play this video because now we're just out of control.
We're getting just as messy here this
I
time.
know we're sober and out of control. Let's play this.
Would agree that.
But I do want to talk about post-mortem changes though. But let me play this.
Oh yeah, like I'm no doctor or anything like that, so I'm just guessing.
No, I just when she said that, I mean, I'm not a medical doctor either, but I disagree with her. So let me play this though.
Is on the left, correct?
Correct.
Okay. You would agree that Mr. Stillwell's rented white Audi with tinted windows.
Correct.
Is in the middle.
I like how we just sat here and deliberated about it, and Max Shard is going over who's where.
Right. I know. When we could have just played the video. Okay.
Nichols, actually Miss Lewis, Mr. Nichols' wife. That Ford Fusion is on the right, correct?
Either the right or staggered behind it, yes.
How can you tell if they're staggered?
According to your investigation.
No, to me it kind of does appear. That's the way I'm just looking at the length of this vehicle over here. Can you guys see my mouse or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but this video is just shaky. Either way it
Yeah,
goes.
because I still see somebody standing on his hood.
Where? What?
Right on his hood
It
near
really
his
looks like somebody is standing
right
there.
where the left headlight is, like where the headlight curves into the side, like you know what I'm talking about. It's someone, it looks like they're leaning over the front of his car.
Oh my goodness. All
And
right.
I don't know what would cast a shadow on it like that. I don't think the light pole.
I don't know. Let's watch this.
Mr. Drinks is alone in the car.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Stillwell is in the car with Mr. Garlington per your investigation.
Correct.
And Mr. In the car, the Ford Fusion, we have Mr. Nichols driving,
Correct.
Mr. Boyer,
Correct.
and Mr. Farley.
Correct.
Boyer.
I forgot about him. But hey, I'm not going crazy. They were in the same cars. Whew.
What's that?
I'm like, well, I'm not going crazy. I had them paired off in the right car.
No, you are always on point. That's the one thing about you. You have good memory. No, that's true.
Your theory is that while at this light, Mr. Stillwell shot Mr. Drinks. Correct?
I'm not the homicide investigator, so I'm going along with the evidence that was presented to me by homicide. But
Put
yes,
it on
that's
to the
consistent with
next
what
person.
Detective
What kind
Hogan
of expert is
case.
this?
What's that?
What kind of expert is this? Oh, no, it's not. I don't know. You have to ask the investigator. Well, you investigated literally everything else that you probably shouldn't have gotten involved in.
Right. She's a selective expert.
And she knows about muzzle flash shooting at night and tinted window.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
Allie turning up tonight.
What? Because she saw we're talking about how quiet she was last night. She's like,
I came with my receipts and my documents too. I was
Word.
working on stuff last night. Okay.
No, I think she was just getting comfortable.
Salute.
She was just getting comfortable, but I love it.
Me too.
Janet Stillwell for actually shooting Mr. Drinks.
That's consistent with what Detective Hogan had found.
Isn't that hearsay? You can't testify to what someone else said. I'm confused.
It's not just what anybody said or what somebody else said. It's what everybody said. So anything that is not being said on the stand, is basically hearsay.
But how can she testify to what the investigator said or did, because it's not him? I'm confused. See, this law stuff gets me so confused.
He's the one that's asking the questions. So, and she's not responsive. So that's how she's going to answer.
Lawyer.
Uh-huh. What's that?
She knows that's what was said on the stand because she's been following the trial.
Okay, true. Good point.
Ooh, I never mind.
And that's the last time she's gonna be called a hoe.
Right.
Okay.
That was
What
a
is?
good one, Jasmine.
You guys are gonna make me find Kayla's video. And Kayla said, "No, you're not gonna say what Kayla said because Kayla's gonna say it herself or whatever." And she said, "Bitch." I was like, "What the hell?" Anyway, let's get back into this because we're just being messy now. Okay.
This video, you could see headlights, correct?
Correct.
You could see traffic lights.
You can see tail lights and traffic lights, yes.
And you can see brake lights, correct?
Correct.
All right, awesome. Mr. Kokomo, could you just play the video? And I'm just going to ask you to look at the cars closely.
Fix the audio, Kokomo. Remember in the beginning of this, they were always yelling at him?
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he was doing all this, the videos and stuff, and they always used to get on him, like, fix the audio, Mr. Kokomo.
Right, I remember that.
Oh my God.
He's done better presentation than the state.
I have a question though before I lose it.
Okay.
So just because we were talking about Blaylock earlier, so he's severed into the 11 that are being tried next. So Brian Steele's his attorney on his appeal for the murder conviction with Ryan. Isn't that a conflict of interest or no?
Oftentimes, even if it would depend, because I'd have to look more into it.
Oh, maybe not because he's not representing any of those 11. I don't know. I just came to my head.
Can we remind everybody and me who Blaylock is?
He is the one who was with Rodelius Ryan.
Street names.
I don't know. I can tell you in 1 second. You can keep watching.
I think they called him like Big BB or Big B. Or
no, that
something.
was Justin BB. I think. 1 second.
Oh.
I have the documents here.
Well, they were just calling him Blaylock. No, Blaylock was with he was with Lil Rod with the whole when they locked the girl in the basement and
oh my God,
all of that mess.
Okay. So as far as conflicts of interest are concerned, just because I'm gonna have to look at the actual relationships, okay? But sometimes, let me give you this example. No, that's gonna complicate it even further. Criminal case. Let me just answer part of the question. So, sometimes when there's a conflict between co-defendants, they can waive the conflict. Okay, as long as they knowingly waive the conflict, then it's not a problem. But I'll have to look at the actual context or the nature of the relationships. But I've written it down.
I guess that might have been what happened when they were trying to get Steele off in the first place. Because didn't he represent Thug's brother in a previous case or something like that?
Do I remember that?
He represented yeah.
Names.
In a prior case.
Yeah, so what is this? Defendants or clients can waive the conflict. So just because there's a conflict, it does not necessarily mean that an attorney can no longer represent the parties. So, okay. All right, let's play this. We've been going back and forth. Let's play this. All right, come on. I guess we could have just been talking over this. Yeah, so 53. Let's go to 53.
After this case, everybody's going to be a lawyer.
That's funny. Isn't that the other car? Yeah, there's the other car. And that's what I'm saying. What does not make... And he went straight, by the way, Jerome. He's going straight.
Okay, pause, Mr. Kokomo, please. All right, so we're paused at 102:36 on this video.
Oh, I didn't even know it went that far.
At this point, Mr. Stillwell in the white Audi is pulled off, correct?
Yep.
Correct.
Okay, and Mr. Nichols and with Mr. Boyer and Mr. Farley have pulled off.
Correct.
Okay. While they were there in that...
He did what?
No, I'm saying he put a right signal, but I could have sworn he made a left. But let's watch.
No, the first vehicle went straight, and I believe the second they used their turn signal, so they used it. But I think
Like
they
with Mr.
turned.
Drinks,
Where we being
you observed
some?
Okay,
any
let's
muzzle
go back.
flash
Let's go back.
on that video?
No, and with this quality
Don't
of
go
video, I
back
would not
too
expect to see it.
far. Did we go too far?
Y'all are doing better than damn Hilton and
Oh,
what's her name?
you're funny. That's because it's not our case. We can just talk all the crap we want. All right.
Hey, we're gonna talk that talk.
Right.
Talk that talk.
I absolutely love the energy that Allie's bringing tonight.
I know Allie is yeah, Allie is on it tonight.
Man, we're gonna talk that talk. All right, come on. All right, so there's another vehicle. Let's see what that vehicle does.
Where do you think that vehicle is right there? Do you think that's the Fusion or you think that's the Audi?
Which vehicle? The third one?
This one right here. The one in the back, right here. In the
This
back.
one?
Yeah, the one in the back.
I have no idea. I don't know.
It looks like an Audi. It looks like an Audi.
No, the Audi
Ain't
went
no
first.
Fusion.
No, the Audi
think
went
so?
first. The one thing
No.
about me, I know nothing about. I know nothing about football, and I know nothing about cars. I probably know.
I do.
Yeah.
Okay. Pause.
That ain't no Fusion, I'll tell you that.
All right, so we're paused at 102:36 on this
Okay.
video. At this point, Mr. Stillwell in the white Audi is pulled off, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and Mr. Nichols and with Mr. Boyer and Mr. Farley have pulled off.
Correct.
Okay. While they were there and that at that light with Mr. Drinks, did you observe any muzzle flash on that video?
No, and with this quality of video, I would not expect to see it.
Okay.
Man, this guy is
Just-
brilliant. This guy is brilliant. Great cross examiner. This guy is brilliant. Because that's creating what? Are you saying no? Yeah, he's brilliant. Because right with that question right there, he is sowing seeds of doubt into the jurors' minds.
Mm-hmm.
You just see brake lights and traffic lights and headlights, but no muzzle flash. Okay, I got you.
A muzzle flash is much, much, much dimmer
There goes
than
the
a brake light.
expert.
Like when you're shooting at night, you're hard pressed to see your own muzzle flash.
Firearms
The
expert.
expert.
I'm telling you, my experience from shooting with fire. We do take night firing courses.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Gunshot residue.
Oh, so
You
are they
aware-
not going to bring up? We wanted to look at the other, the vehicle. I think this is it. I think this is it.
Okay. You saw that car speed up behind Mr. Stillwell? Pause it, please. You saw
Yes.
that? Mr. Stillwell, you're aware that he, well, you've already stated this, he was victimized in the past. Someone shot through the rear windows, killing Tiara Jones.
Yes.
And now that car that sped up is next to Mr. Drinks, correct? Or approaching Mr. Drinks.
It's approaching, but it stopped short of Mr. Drinks.
Okay, Mr. Kokomo.
I thought it was a really grainy video. She couldn't see. She seems to know where these cars are parked perfectly.
Is an expert, okay, a selective expert.
Jerome, whose name was I looking up? Their nickname? I forgot.
Blayla. Yeah.
Oh, Blayla. Okay.
Let's see.
So now there's
Okay,
a
so
Valley.
Vigil.
Now
Valley.
there's one car next to Mr. Drinks, correct?
It's still not next to him. You could see from the angle that it looks like the front of the car.
There she goes.
The front of the car is like, from what I can see, looks like the front of the car. The front wheels are still towards the.
Listen, I'm just gonna say this. Whatever happens towards the end of the year, beginning of the year, I don't want Cat Williams to take another stage again. Like no podcast, nothing. He needs to stay home because everything we've seen in 2024 has just been very wild, and going with this case too. So wherever Cat Williams is, he needs to, I don't know, stay indoors or something. I'm saying that because he popped up on my screen. They have a notification, something about him. I don't want to hear from that man.
Hey, you guys think this is wild? There's still 11 more of them to go.
I know. So imagine if Cat Williams starts off the year with Shannon's podcast. Imagine what that's going to be like. I don't know. We just want regular trials, nothing out of the ordinary. Because if the second trial is worse than this trial, then we're probably going to find out some really, really crazy information. Like
yeah, because the second trial has Garlington with all the wiretaps.
Right.
Who else was severed into that one? What's his name? The one who hit up Little Wade's bus.
I don't remember all these people's names.
Not Winnie Lee. Jimmy Winfrey. I think he's severed into that case too.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know.
It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild.
But Doo-Wop is still on the run. They haven't caught him yet on this indictment.
Oh really?
Yeah, like how where I wonder where he's hiding.
Oh.
He's doing a good job.
Probably in his grandmother's basement. Trust and believe. If he has a gangster granny, that's where he is. That's exactly where.
Maybe his granny and Shannon's hang out together, so they got him covered.
No, really. I would think, but it would have to be a close relative. Where could he possibly? I don't know. Where do people go? All right, let's see.
Back
out of the country.
It's not.
I'm sure they would have had that information by now, unless he used the pass. Yeah, I don't know. Depends on how he left, or if he left.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
Apparently, exact with the car.
Okay. Mr. Kokomo, if you could please play.
I'm interested to see where she says she sees this flash.
Did she ever say? I don't think she ever.
Oh no, that she didn't. But I'm so confused. Like people say they saw it, but is it the brake lights?
You're talking about Shaw Diggy. I don't know. Are you in here? Oh, Jerome said put me back. I'm sorry, Jerome. Diggy, if you're in here, please, I don't know, comment. Let us know where you saw the flash, because I did not see the flash, but those two vehicles are very suspicious to me.
But then, yeah, and see, I would assume you would see one because it's dark out.
But then again, I think the brake lights were also kind of bright. So I do not know how you'd actually see it on the inside of these vehicles. Because even here, I don't know how you're able to see that.
I just want to know how they think Shannon did it if there's no gunshot residue anywhere on the thing, on the inside of the car. Like, that's you know what? That's award-winning if you did it, because the stuff, like the guy said, it comes out in the dust. Like,
Right.
This is mind-boggling, you know that?
No, their argument was he cleaned the inside of the car, even though he hadn't changed clothes for days.
Can y'all hear me?
You cannot say that about Cuzzo.
Didn't the expert say that even if he cleaned it and wiped it down really good, there would still be particles on there?
Ordinarily, you would still find something, but stranger things have happened. I'm going to play this video. Let me get my charger while you guys talk to each other. Hold on.
He got lucky that night, I guess.
Oh, you guys can talk to each other. I'm going to play the video.
I don't know, man. It's just so grainy. And I mean, I thought I saw someone leaning on his car. So what I see is, you know.
I swear I was seeing what you were seeing, because it did look like, unless we're seeing ghosts. But
it still looks like they're there. It must be the way that they're on the turn, like on the bend.
Yeah. To me, it doesn't even just look like a regular road. To me, it looks like a back road. Like,
but it's on the I-20 or something, just near Mechanicsville.
So they're on the highway.
I think it's before you actually get onto the highway.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think exactly where.
I'm not from there, so
I know Mechanicsville and I know I-20. So I'm trying to figure out exact. But this was so long ago.
Jerome, are you
so much
here?
has
There's
changed.
a FedEx somewhere around there apparently.
Oh, okay. I know exactly where they
Because
at.
that's the FedEx video they're talking about. I would
Okay,
assume.
Right.
it is. It's a FedEx right there, and it's a gas station. It's a BP gas station right there on the corner.
And the liquor
Yeah.
store, right?
Okay, and the liquor store is behind the BP.
Yeah, because that's where
It's on the
apparently
back
drinks
side.
was.
The
He was
liquor
at the
store is
liquor
on the
store.
back side of the BP. The BP is like right there off of the main street, but you go down behind the BP, and the liquor store is right behind there. Like
Oh,
on the
okay.
back side of the BP. I know exactly where they at. I know exactly where they at. When you said FedEx, I know exactly where you. Yep, I know where they at.
Yeah, I
And
know
all I
where
was
this
thinking was
is.
like, I hope it's the FedEx, like,
And
because I wasn't sure if it was right
actually
beside the store or somewhere else.
that actually is a back road. That's a back road. Like it's on the side of the BP and the liquor store, and the BP and the liquor store. Like from the angle we're looking at right now, the BP and the liquor store are on the right hand side, and the FedEx is on the left hand side.
Okay, so this fence, like, right in the
Yeah,
front of
that's
the.
like that looks like it may be like the FedEx like parking lot.
Yeah, because the way the gate goes across too.
Yeah. So yeah, that is a back road. That's a back road.
Because I think when they were like testifying about this, they showed pictures of the interstate and which way the ramps were and all that. But
yeah, I know exactly where that.
I'm not telling y'all where I am, but I'm not from Georgia, so that's okay.
No, I heard when you said that you 2 hours behind, so you like Midwest. I know what's going on. You're not west because
No.
west is
I'm
3
in
hours
Mountain Time.
behind us. So you said you 2 hours behind, so you like Midwest.
I'm gonna say Colorado. Not that it matters.
No,
But...
Colorado 3 hours behind us. You ain't that far.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought that
my
was...
brother live in Colorado Springs, so I know they're 3 hours behind us.
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't know.
She's probably like Kentucky.
No, isn't that Central Time?
Kentucky?
Yeah, I think that's Central Time. Let me ask Google.
I don't know.
I think it's Central Time. I'd remember driving through there once. Hold on.
I'm gonna catch on. Because I think even like New York and like Virginia, like I think they feel like they're like an hour behind us.
Yeah, Kentucky's Eastern Time. No, it's an hour. It's Central Time, actually. It's Central Time.
Okay, so they're an hour behind. Like New York is an hour behind.
Well, apparently Kentucky is both in Eastern and Central Time. So
depends on which side you're on.
So that's weird, but okay. All right.
You said 2 hours, so 2 hours. It might.
What is Jerome?
Could it be like Texas?
Here, right?
No.
Louisiana?
No, that's Central Time.
No, they like 2 hours behind. They not.
No, Louisiana.
Oh no, they like an hour.
How are you gonna tell me about Louisiana? Like you? Okay.
Let me find out.
What? How are you gonna tell me about? Anyways, let's play this video. I'm probably sure the rest of the people that are watching this, they're always talking to each other.
You know what? Sometimes I forget that there's other people, and then like yesterday when I was asking about all that law stuff, and I was like, oh, there's other people, so they're probably
but that's it's a conversation. It's a conversation.
But then Jasmine was like, no, I was listening. I like that. I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually listening, but I actually think that the people in the room actually just like listening to.
Listen to us talk about a whole bunch of nonsense.
But I if Wigs and Wine is still in here, she cannot make a comment like the comment that she made earlier and not have she got to get up here.
I know Wigs and Wines has to get up here. I know she's in, I believe it's Los Angeles. Oh, look at Old Bag. Hey, Old Bag. Oh, is it Old Bag? No, Old Bag's the one with a military, 44 years old, I believe a husband. So I think Wigs and Wines is out of Cali that was talking about public defenders making six figures. But all right, let's get in here. All right. So I actually liked when I watched this, I actually liked the prosecution's I like the prosecution's redirect on this. At least as far as countering this car making a U-turn while that person was still walking.
Pause.
I like that.
See that car make a U-turn?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
What car was next to Mr. Drinks when that car suddenly made a U-turn?
Judging by how the lights are, that car still appears to be back a little bit, but next to it.
All right, so now you're making three-dimensional
Right.
evaluations. Can't see a muzzle of this.
A muzzle.
baby.
Mr. Sharp, I'm going to explain to you when you're, and I don't know if you're mischaracterizing it. When you go to the range, example, to fire your weapons at night and there's a line of shooters, it's not bam, 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 lights everywhere. It's a very, very muted, if it shows. So this far away with this quality of video, I would not expect to see that.
Okay, well, let's talk
Hey,
about
she should slow her roll. Doesn't she know he's a defense
makes a U-turn.
attorney,
Did you
not a
see-
cop?
Is there like a
What's that?
She needs to just slow down there. Doesn't she know he's a defense attorney, not a cop hanging out at the gun range? Like,
That woman's an expert. She's an expert. Okay.
Allegedly.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Good Lord.
She's an expert.
a train that's crossing that would have let this person know, no, I need to find another route?
No.
Is there a officer saying, hey, turn around, you can't come this way?
No.
Is there an animal crossing the road that would have made this man do a U-turn?
No.
Who is this? Whose car is this that made the U-turn?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you know if anyone ever tried to use these license plate readers to determine whose car that is, so we could talk to them about why they made that sudden U-turn?
That would be part of Detective Hogan's investigation, but I do not.
Okay. Could
It's my favorite time of year.
Celebrate the journeys.
All right. What happened? Oh, this is when they cut out. This is I was
Oh yeah,
pissed.
the weather was so bad today. I think the power might have went out.
Oh, really? I was
Yeah, the
so
weather was
upset.
so bad.
Oh,
That
I
was
was
that
so
was
upset when that
what was
happened.
that? Monday? That was
I
Monday.
don't know. When was the 19th? I'm bad with dates.
I
and
don't even
dates
know.
for
Yeah, I
weeks.
don't even
I
know
think
day
it
of
was
week it
Monday.
is most
Yeah,
days.
the weather was really bad. It
Oh,
rained like
man.
all day long. It was real bad.
I did
I think
not
the
like
power went
that.
out.
I
did
feel like
not
it's gonna be hard for them to come to an agreement on what happened in this video.
Or unanimous?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
because when they came back, that's when all the mess popped off.
Right. Yeah. All right, let's see. I mean, I did not see any muzzle flash.
I just feel like the more I watch it, the more I start to think I'm seeing things like people leaning on hoods and stuff like that. Like, someone starts messing with your mind.
Jerome's funny. Jerome said I got him in timeout. No, I don't have you in timeout. But for me, the reason why I think the prosecution likely is able to prove that charge beyond a reasonable doubt is because for people that apparently do not stand at red lights, they were there for. Why can't you talk? What do you mean you cannot talk?
Am I talking too much to Jerome
No.
tonight?
No, Jerome said he cannot talk. I don't know. He says I have him in timeout. So, in any event, when it comes to the surveillance footage, I am worried because I think the prosecution can possibly prove beyond a reasonable doubt. Okay, these jurors, like even the foot movement or whatever, the pedal mashing, that is not too much of a concern for me. But for people that
I didn't even see it happen, so I don't know.
What's that?
I didn't see his brake lights go on and off at any point, anyways.
Right. I also did not see that. Somebody said, let Jerome free. Jerome, you are on here.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you probably muted yourself.
Oh, so y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Good.
Old Bag said we need to free you.
But yeah, I just feel like the more times I see it, the more times I'm like, oh, this is different, or things are popping up in there that no one else apparently is seeing except for me and Jasmine. So I'm like,
Right.
I have no idea what's going on in that video, honestly.
That charge I am worried about because those two vehicles are next to Drink's car for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, because I know Shard is trying to make it appear as if this third vehicle may have been the vehicle that pulled the trigger. But if you go back to that recross where it's showing an individual walking on the side of the road, to me, my understanding is that this person doing a U-turn had absolutely nothing to do with Drink's vehicle. Okay.
Right.
And the guy walking is walking towards it. You would think if he did it, he would be going the opposite way.
Right.
Right.
So, and
did they show the emergency vehicles like after the
No,
fact?
they
How
didn't show any
long
of
did
that.
that take?
No.
How long did it take? And all
Well, I
that?
think he was sitting at the light for some time before that man who was lost on the interstate or went to turn around found him.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Because even this third vehicle probably had the same approach as the 911 caller. What I mean by that is they ignored it, did not really think much of it. Because I guess the 911 caller just got a little too nosy like the rest of us. And that's what caused him to turn around. But other than that, he was going to ignore it.
Or I think the 911 caller was trying to, he was behind him or something and was trying to turn, but Drinks obviously wasn't moving. So he went around him.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Right. So he was obstructing. That forced him to actually take a closer look.
Yeah. Because he said he thought he was sleeping, and then when he got out and then he realized.
Right.
Whereas the third vehicle behind the Audi and the other vehicle had no reason to even interact with Drinks because he was in a completely different lane.
And he couldn't have done it because he did a U-turn so far back from his car.
No,
like that's
the U-turn is the fourth car. The U-turn is the fourth car.
Oh, the third car is Nichols? I don't know, man.
I don't know who the third car is, but they were minding
It could be either one. Yeah.
They were minding their own business. But the part where I say that I disagree with she is the doctor after all, but I still do not agree with her because
who's the doctor?
Not
the medical
doctor,
examiner.
the medical examiner. I know. There's a third time I'm going to say this because I actually wanted to say this. This was interesting because I watch Judge McBurney's courtroom a lot this week. I've not done it because we're getting ready for closing here. But what's interesting is that on the same day that this medical examiner testified in the YSL trial, a few hours prior, not even probably a few minutes prior, she testified in another courtroom in the same courthouse, and it had to do with a murder charge. What was the guy's name? I forgot his name. It doesn't matter at this point. But this guy was, the victim in that case was a minor child. He was the mother's boyfriend. Anyways, he was convicted. So I just thought it was interesting that this woman was working back to back, going from courtroom to courtroom, and she was just working.
But okay, and so that interesting you say that because doesn't Thug have a brother that's going up on trial or something or he has court stuff going on right now?
Who's that?
Yeah, that's on phone.
Okay, because Viverito's getting ready to go testify in that one apparently.
She's the officer or she's the expert, so obviously
they should just slow their roll and just get rid of her. That's it.
Obviously, they need her.
I think they should just get rid of everyone at APD and start over.
It's not just.
Well,
I think
basically everybody's retired at this point except for her.
Right. That's true.
But hopefully these new ones are writing reports, or they're gonna have a problem with Max.
Who's that?
all the younger and new APD coming in, they better know how to write reports.
Right.
Or they hope they better not face Max in court.
No, Max is straight fire.
I'm surprised he didn't call a window tint expert, honestly, because he was not letting it go.
No, I think though, he does not have to prove anything. What I'm surprised by is that did the prosecution have a tint expert? I don't think so.
No one did.
They should have, as a prosecutor, that's what I would have done to cover all my bases.
Their tint expert,
but they probably
Miss Hilton. Remember, Miss Hilton kept going on about the tint and then opening the door, and she knew all this stuff. She was the tint expert.
That's not even good. That's not good enough because it's not horrible. That it's impossible to open the window. It's just not recommended. So,
but the tint would have bubbled. So, but when they recovered the Audi, the tint was not bubbled ever.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, there's
And
a
the
spectrum.
same day too. The same day.
Yeah, so it would have bubbled for sure.
That's why you bring in an expert, somebody that actually knows. Because you can Google that. If you Google, it says it really depends. So they're no straight I mean, these guys have been tinting windows for quite some time, so I don't
I'm
know.
surprised they don't do it themselves.
But I just think
I would say this, even though it's
It's
going
not
to
that
the
easy.
even though it's going to the jury, there's tint that you can get that would not bubble.
and that's my point. I think the prosecution should have brought in an expert because that's beyond a reasonable doubt. So every possible avenue of attack you foresee, you as a prosecutor, you have to bring in an expert or somebody else to testify that can close that gap. An example of this was when
Why didn't they have the person this case is so sloppy.
right.
Why wouldn't they even if they saw so much of investigators, why didn't they know who tinted the windows?
They know, but who wants to be dragged into? I don't know. I know why
They
they
could
did
have
not
brought
bring.
a tent expert up there instead of bringing Sprinkle up there 3-4
Yeah.
times.
Sprinkle,
Because I could have
sprinkle,
definitely went without
sprinkle,
listening to him again.
sprinkle could kiss my ass.
Dude,
Oh
he
my.
sounded like Miss Love and Mr. Atkins just go on and on about the same thing. I'm like, oh my God, move on. We get it.
He just
Yeah.
rambled.
Word.
Like,
That's what
no,
killed their
no,
case.
yes
That's
or
what killed
no.
their case. Sprinkle killed their case. And the other investigator, Dennis, killed their case when them asking the same question 3-4 times over and over and over again. Imagine if we was on the jury. Do you know how many times we heard the same thing over and over and over again?
Yo, listen, if
And
I was on that jury, I would just never show back up and say, like,
I,
some
hey,
people
hey,
looking
hey,
for me. But
One thing
No,
about it,
you
if
get charged with
I
a
would have threw
crime.
my chair. I would have
You
threw
don't
my
want to do
chair.
that.
I
every
couldn't do it.
guy in Atlanta or anybody who has been to jail that ran the streets as a kid, everybody know Gaither, everybody know Dennis, everybody know
Right,
Thorpe, everybody
right,
know Viverito. They all know them, so they like, oh
right.
man, cause Gaither when she was on, she used to be with Homicide
Okay.
before she
Mhm.
went, but well no, she was with the gang force before she went to Homicide. I don't know if you ever watched First 48, but she was on a few
I
That's
episodes of
my
did.
that.
show.
I
Yeah.
did. I did.
But Gaither was with the gang unit
Who was the
first.
toothpick dude? Dude with the toothpick in his the toothpick guy.
You talking about they both retired. And
Right.
they have their own shows now.
Yep. They got their own show.
Um
Oh,
I'm sorry, Jasmine. I'm sorry,
they
Jasmine.
solve all the cases. They solve all the
it's called
cases.
ATL homicide or something like
Yep.
that.
Oh,
ATL
really?
homicide.
Never heard
Yes.
of it.
The one guy got caught lying on the stand about erasing the statement, the verbal statement on the recorder.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But Gaither, like when she was with the gang unit, any young person that's older now, but they were young back, around this time.
Right.
Gaither, whenever she went and did
Gaither
a
is full of
bust,
shit.
she would take personal pictures of if she went when she went and did her like a little undercover take, surveillance or whatever. She took pictures of she had pictures of every single person that she was gonna get in her phone.
Mhm. And they didn't talk. They didn't talk about her when she was in Chicago. When she was before she went to Atlanta. When she was in Chicago, and that's when she was in a goddamn gang down there. They don't bring that up.
But guess what she
That's
work
a
at
funny.
now? She work at the Hawks at Phillips Arena.
Wasn't she
Yes, ma'am.
sleeping with one of the little D's aunts or
Yes,
something?
With who?
Yeah,
with
yeah,
with one of
yeah,
Demikion
it
Garlington?
wasn't
yeah.
Lil D. It
Not
was
little.
It
Yeah,
was
yes,
you said that.
Garlington.
Yeah, Garlington. Garlington.
Garlington. That's
Because
Yeah,
it
is
just
that
got spit out on the stand, I think, by Zachary. I was like, oh
I
my
think they
God.
still together.
her aunt. I
I
mean
think they
his
still
aunt. His
I
together.
aunt.
remember that.
And Zachary's just on the stand and he's like, yeah, because
I knew
Gaither
he
was
was going.
fucking
I
his
knew he
aunt. I
was
was
going
like,
to do that though,
oh
because
shit.
it
Woo.
was already circulating around the city.
Man, the
But
ATL
I
is
knew he was
something
gonna
else.
do that once he got on the stand because he didn't
And
want to
she
be up there. He thought that once he said that that they were just gonna strike his testimony and he wasn't
Yeah.
gonna have to testify no more.
Right.
That's
And
why
then
he did that.
Look how
and
long
then
they
and
kept
then it was
Woody up there. And all
ironic
he
that
said is,
she
I don't
didn't want to be
recall.
on camera no more.
Who's
Right.
that?
That's crazy that in none of them want the ones that didn't want to be on camera, like don't nobody in the city know what they look like.
They're
That is the
all over
craziest
social
thing to me.
media.
They erased all of their social media. That's the thing. They have fake pages now. They don't
Mm.
have their pages anymore. Like
Right.
if you type in Gaither name, you might see
Yeah.
something
Bam.
on there about her getting an award or something.
Oh.
That's it.
Bam.
You won't see anything else.
Bam.
And isn't Detective Thorpe the one that Woody called a squirrel brain or
Right.
something?
That's the one that he said he didn't keep his notes.
Yeah,
He
and he
threw
was a
them
squirrel
away.
brain. You could tell him anything and he would believe you.
Right. He went to the McDonald's, but he didn't document that he went to the McDonald's.
Yeah.
And
And
he didn't
nobody had this.
document this.
Nobody had the survey. Like just how convenient that it wasn't working. The footage wasn't working that day.
Exactly.
Just like
And just
remember the
like when
green
Gaither was
store.
on the stand and then Love tried to throw in there that they had found one of her files or something.
Oh yeah.
Right. That was a mess. That was
But
a
then
mess.
too, I think it when Shannon got grazed in the face and they kept saying, "Oh, the surveillance at the green store wasn't working," and then Shard found it at the green store working.
Right.
That trial's a mess. But let's quickly go over why I disagree with who's this? It's not, let me put it this way. I think the prosecution could have done a better job with their redirect of the medical examiner when they're talking about the mashing of the pedal, okay? And I mean, most of it is criminal law, but if I'm not speaking properly, hold on. So when it comes to a criminal case, a trial, for example, especially if the charge is no, hold on. Let me speak generally, and then I'm going to be specific about Merck. Okay. So as far as criminal law is concerned, generally, a prosecutor or even a defense attorney does not need to have any type of specialized knowledge. But there are exceptions. For example, if it's a theft, it's really a theft. If it's an armed robbery, it's really an armed robbery. You don't have to get into specifics. You don't have to know anything else beyond, just general life experience and the law. But there are specific areas where you do need to not it would help if you have it would help to it would help to here Jerome goes trying to flirt with people again in the chat, but in any event it helps to have specialized knowledge about specific crimes. For example, the crime of Merck, I'm just going to start saying Merck. I don't know, I cannot help myself.
I like that. That's cute.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I got it when you first said it.
I slip up sometimes though. But a charge of Merck, you do have to know how the body works to a certain extent. And the reason why you need to know how the body works, it's because that's going to help you elicit direct evidence. And it's also going to help you cross, and it's going to help you redirect and recross, right? Because based on what the medical examiner says, if you know enough about forensic medicine, if you know enough about human anatomy, then you can ask targeted questions that will basically, that will further the theory of your case. So in this case, why I don't, it's not that, okay, I really don't agree with what the not the judge, what the medical examiner said, but I also think that the prosecution should have done a better job with their recross. What I mean by that is because oftentimes people, okay, I'm going to give you guys another hint. So my mom used to be a police officer, and that's how I pretty much that's how I ended up being a prosecutor, because she'd take me to, she was often in court, and she'd take me to work ever since I was like a little girl, right? So in any event, I've always been interested in forensic medicine. So that's something that I had to study. It's something I studied after I was a prosecutor, though. And The reason why I brought up my mom. So my mom, I remember when I was younger, my mom, there was a time, I don't remember what they were talking about, but they were talking about something related to death. And at the time, they were basically talking about rigor
Rigor
mortis.
mortis.
Right.
Hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
when as I got older, it was always my understanding that when a human being dies, their body remains stiff, but that is incorrect because they're actually different stages. You begin with the early post mortem stages. That's where you have the alga
The
mortis.
body is
Then you
more warm.
Right. You're the post-mortem muscle changes, and then you go to the lever mortis, and then you go to the late post-mortem changes, things of that nature. So we're not going to go into all of that. But the reason why I was disagreeing with, or at least why I thought the prosecution should have done a better job, is because there's a distinction between a somatic death and a cellular death. And
Traumatic.
what that means is that the even though somebody is, for example, shot in the same manner that that drinks was, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He can
It does
still
not
move. Like he,
necessarily mean that their bodily function shuts down to the point where they could not even mash a pedal.
right. The
So
nerves are still functional.
Mm-hmm.
that's why I believe that the it's not just that it's possible, but the prosecution did not do a good job in getting that information out.
Right.
Because other than that, the body can still be functional for about 6 minutes. 6 minutes is a long time. All
6
right.
months. Hmm.
Yeah. So that's where I had to bring out my forensic medicine book up. But that's why I did not agree with what the medical examiner said on the stand. But
Mm-hmm.
obviously, she was just answering questions, and the prosecution should have done a better job with their redirect offer. But that's my final point.
Yeah, I watch CSI so that most medical examiners can tell you like around the exact time of death, when rigor mortis sets in.
Right.
Even a expert investigator would be able to tell you something like that.
Right. And then, but overall, people think that at the very end, your body remains stiff. That is not it. It becomes
No, it don't
flexy.
stiff right away.
Yeah, it takes, I think it's about 3 hours or something. The pictures
Like
in this book
it's
are,
people are dying. They using the bathroom on this. Bodily functions are still going on and
yeah,
all type of things. So they
yeah,
can't say that he died instantly.
right. And I mean, there's stuff on firearms here, but we'll touch base on that as it relates to the lack of gunpowder residue. So we can tackle that tomorrow because Ellie is right on time. As for some of us, it's
Oh,
almost
she was right on time. Like I was just sitting here listening to Allie. I wasn't even gonna get on. I just
Me
wanted to
too.
listen
Me
to
too.
Allie.
oh
Me.
I
yeah,
just yes, because she was like, okay, I came with receipts, and this
those
is what
are
going on.
Listen, I got files.
right.
Ask SO. I
Oh,
sent her
you
the
are
link. I have
invested. Oh, they need
files.
to cut you a check.
Yeah, right.
And I didn't
Yeah,
even ask for any of it. It was sent to me. I was like,
right.
wow. How do you all know what I'm doing on my spare, like when I'm supposed to be working?
Yeah. Okay.
But
Any
let
final
me tell you
words?
guys something funny,
Uh
and
huh.
it's kind of about Shannon. But anyways, like we don't know him personally. But anyways,
Right.
so my daughter has autism, so her speech is very delayed.
Okay.
So earlier, when when I actually had the trial on TV before she went to school, they showed they put the camera towards Shannon's face, and all I hear is "Free Shannon," and I was like,
Oh,
"What?"
really?
And it was my daughter standing at the
Wow.
TV, and she said, "Free Shannon." I'm like, "Okay, that's enough. You can't be watching any more trials. We're done." Like
That's a mess.
you can barely say anything else.
Yeah.
But you can say "Free Shannon."
Yeah. But I remember that's probably what you're out there screaming while you're
But
watching.
they say autistic children are the most gifted.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
oh,
one thing.
Heck yeah, I believe that.
she is
Right.
so intelligent in certain areas, and then others like they struggle, right?
Right.
But
But I think that goes for most people. We
Oh
we all
yeah,
have.
theirs is just more like noticeable
Right,
because it's a lot more intense.
right.
But I
So
just couldn't believe it. I was like, did I just hear that?
yeah, but I
And
mean,
then she turned around, looked at me, and started smiling. I was like, oh, it must have been you because no one else in here.
right. No, because I remember once, how old was my
Beautiful.
daughter? My
Beautiful.
daughter was about 4, so she was what, a year, probably maybe a few months older than your daughter is right now. And I was preparing a closing, okay? I was preparing a closing, and whenever I write my closings or even openings, I actually recite them out loud. And part of the line was, she was not afraid to die. And she
Oh.
repeated that, and I was like, what the hell? So yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes she
maybe
has to shield them.
maybe I did say it somewhere or something, or like commentary on the TV. But I was
Yeah,
like, oh my goodness, out of all things you could, that's what you're saying. Good
right.
lord.
I mean, they are
But it
little
was just so
sponges.
cute. It was so innocent. She was like, just sounded so like
They are
Right.
rooting
little
for him. I was like,
sponges.
oh my goodness.
Oh,
That's
and
just beautiful. That's beautiful.
Allie sidebar. She's so gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, how do you have this information?
Nope.
What's
Sidebar.
Oh, okay. This is on the record, by the way. This is on the record, by the way. But okay. So we have a
Escape.
question from, I want to say Sheila, but I'm probably mispronouncing Horn. Okay. So everybody takes a chance answering this or turn. Why didn't the person who's walking call the police? What do you guys think?
What person?
You
Okay,
didn't see the person on the sidewalk walking,
let me
and
go
then they just
first.
disappeared.
I'm
Right,
gonna
because
go
they
first.
I mean,
didn't
because
have
they
that.
heard gunshots and they ran.
No, there was a
Don't
person
know.
walking.
Now there was a person walking there, right?
Here's my theory.
I
I
wasn't
think
just imagining it. I swear.
right. So
Oh
I
well,
think
they got the hell on. I mean, everybody in Atlanta don't call the police. Everybody is not a Woody.
oh, there's a question. There's the
People
answer.
mind their business.
There's the answer. They
People
mind
mind
their
their
business.
business. They hear gunshots, they run and duck and hide and go where
But
they
they had
they don't
the
want to.
guy
They
on
don't want to see
camera.
no police. They don't want to write no statement. They don't want to do none of
That's
that.
crazy.
I didn't
Because
see
they know
nothing.
it's gonna take up so much time to.
Exactly.
Okay, here's my response, Horn. Am I pronouncing your name right? Is it Sheila? Because I want to say Sheila, but in any event,
Shelia,
It's a
Shelia.
Sheila or Shalia.
Shalia, it
There,
might be Shalia.
Shelia.
You're right. And then we're probably saying this, and she's like, that's not how you say my name. But in any event,
Shelia.
I think that the reason why they did not react or call the police is because they arrived after drinks was already shot.
Right.
That's my theory. And if we're
Because
gonna go
weren't
with
they
that,
walking on the sidewalk as the car made the U-turn? Like, I don't know.
He
right?
might be the killer.
Ooh.
No,
But
because
if
he was
drinks was
walking
shot,
to.
it would make more sense to. I mean, it would have made more sense to call, say somebody shot, come get them, and then just
I
like
don't.
every other call, they ask them, "Do you want to talk to the police?"
No, that
No.
person.
But
No,
here's the
that
thing:
person. No,
the
Jasmine.
person was walking towards Drinks's, like in the same
Right.
direction of Drinks's car. But I
But
mean, like he wasn't coming. He was coming from the same direction that they were driving in. So, like, well, I don't understand how he would have done it, and no, we wouldn't have seen him.
no, this is what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Because this person shows up some time later. So my theory is that this person did not actually observe the shooting because if he did not observe the shooting. So if he did not
What?
observe the
You just said
shooting,
two different things. You just
what?
said one thing and then you said something different.
No, it's the same thing. What's the inconsistency here? Co-counsel, please assist me. What's the inconsistency?
Talking to a lawyer. I thought you said that he saw something, but then you said he
No.
didn't see it.
No, maybe I misspoke, but my belief is that this person did not call unless it's a ghost. Okay. But in any event, so this person did not observe the shooting. The reason they did not observe the shooting is because they were not actually on the scene when the two vehicles were there. I am still
But where did this guy come from? Like he just came out of thin air and then
He probably
disappeared.
came from the
Word.
store.
Talk to him.
Did he go?
But
Was
you
he
don't see him
walking in the
walking down the
direction
street.
that
He's
the
just
cars were
there.
going?
Yeah,
Because it's a lot of homeless people in that direct area.
that's what somebody had said too.
It's a
Yeah, so maybe
whole
because
lot of, like, it's a park across the street, on the other side, across from the BP and the
Okay,
FedEx,
because you
and
don't.
it's a lot of homeless people over there. So it could have just been some person that was
Hey, Jasmine.
loitering or just
Hey,
Jasmine.
Jennifer Klein.
panhandling that was
Welcome.
just walking to his tent or something.
The
Like,
white car
Jasmine.
comes up
yeah.
3 times. What?
Is the BP, is it at the light, or is the
The
BP
BP is
behind,
at a light. It's at a light. It's a
no, I'm saying
four.
the
It's
video when we seeing the
So they were
cars
coming
no.
going,
from the
is it
BP.
Where
behind?
they're passing the BP. The BP is on the right hand side. The FedEx is on the left hand side. That's where the
Okay.
video is coming from. The FedEx. The
So
BP
they
is on the right hand side, but you
So
can't
this is
see.
the FedEx video.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the
right.
FedEx
So is the
video.
BP, the
But you
BP
can
is
only
behind.
like from the backside where they're at, you can't see the BP. You can see the liquor store because the liquor
No,
store
what
is
I'm
good
saying, what
behind
I'm
the BP.
saying, what I'm saying is when the cars are going to the light, is the BP behind that or before that?
I think it's
The
behind.
BP is behind it.
Right.
Okay,
Wait, what
okay.
Yeah,
is
it's
Jennifer
four lights
talking
right
about? A
there.
green
Like it's a
vehicle? Now I'm
main street.
confused.
I have
It's
no
a
idea.
main street right there, and
This
it's a light right here, a light right here, a light right here. Like a light going across
on the
and
rims of the
lights
white
going
car.
in the other direction.
It's
So the
meant
You know what?
BP
This
sits
video
like
has us
directly
so
in the front.
messed up. I think everyone's seen something. See, if we who have seen it so many times have watched the
Yeah,
mess
but the
behind it in the
way
courtroom, how's the jury ever going to decide
the
this? Like,
way the FedEx, if they have ever if they from Atlanta or they been in this area and they familiar with this area, they know it's not like a huge FedEx. It's like one of the smaller ones, like one of the little conventional ones that's there. But that BP is sit right there. It's right there off of I think it's like Whitehall or something like that. It's like a main street. Like
So if they, and when
it's
they were
very
the
very
video,
close
the
to the dome. It's very
the
close
vid,
to the Falcon Stadium.
the
It's very
video
close
that
to there.
the video that we saw. So the cars when they was going straight, they was coming from the BP.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. The BP
All
is
right,
on the main street. The BP is
got
on
you.
the main street. The FedEx is on the main street. It's right there. But they're going down a side street that take you down into wherever they was going into.
Hey,
Got
Jasmine,
you.
you know how I think this is going to end? I think, honestly, this trial is going to end on a hung jury just over this charge.
Yeah.
Because we, like,
Because you
we,
can't say who did it.
right? But then
It's
you
a
have
who
some
done it.
people who might see who see it one way that he did it. And then there's going to be like, we can't even get, and we've watched it. How many times we've heard like everyone else's theories and all this. And we're
Yeah.
still debating over and don't even know.
Right.
Right.
I mean, I
It-
just at this point,
right.
like it's so crazy. I just
It's
feel like
almost like who
I'm gonna
knows if
keep
he
saying
was
the
dead
same thing.
already.
The
He
jury
could have
is
been dead
tainted.
already.
The jury is
We are
tainted,
so
and
chaotic.
they tired, and they want to go home,
Right.
Oh,
and
that
they
one
don't
juror, he's
care
watching it at
which
home.
way it go.
I bet you when the judge says they can leave, he run into his car and watching Law and Crime to see what's going on.
They might have been unbiased at first,
Yeah.
but now it's like, look, we just want this shit to be over. We are
But then
tired.
you know what else I'm scared of? I'm scared of especially for
Juror
Shannon is that
56.
they are so done the jury that they just don't care. Like if it's guilty, not guilty, like they're just over it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're more so like this trial has been more entertaining to me than anything. This is
That's a
more
mess.
entertaining
That's
than
a
the OJ
terrible way of
trial.
saying it,
And I
Jazz.
watched the OJ trial. I was in the 6th grade, and they showed it to us in school,
Well, I
and
was
that
thinking
was
of
very
that.
entertaining. Like Johnny Cochran is undeniably the best. Like that was the best. That was the best trial I had ever seen in my life. And I definitely didn't know what was going on because I was in the
Right.
6th grade. But this right here, I cannot wait for the movie.
Hey,
Netflix,
just remember,
Tubi.
Jasmine, there's 11 more still we gotta try.
Right.
So
I understand, and at this point, I'm tired, just like the jury is. I'm gonna
right?
take a break.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
But
take. Are they gonna get a whole new jury for the? I'm
yeah, they
hoping.
have to. They have to. They have to.
Okay,
Oh, so
thank
she's
Yeah.
God.
just so is Whitaker just like when she's done this one, she's just starting jury trial for the next one?
Yeah, but it
Which
makes sense.
I'm pretty sure the next one will not last this long.
Right.
This was the major main hitters in
And it's
this
chaotic.
trial right here. These
And like,
the other ones are just the lower ranking, the unknown, the small fish,
But
and
Garlington, though, I don't know.
no, I mean nobody knew him for real.
yeah, but he's got all the wiretaps.
Yeah, that's a major one because I
Yeah,
think
he got out of what?
Garlington ain't.
Well,
He
you know
ain't.
what he should
Come
have
on.
did?
Come
He
on.
should have
Come on.
pleaded out with Unfunk, with Gunner, with everybody,
Garlington.
with Slime Light Shot. He should have pleaded out with
why
all them, man. He should
And
have
why
so
did that.
like,
He probably didn't do it.
Winnie
I
Lee,
mean,
no, not Winnie Lee.
Woony
What's
Lee
his?
is Slime Light Shawty.
Yeah, no, I know. That's why I was like,
Oh
I'm not
yeah,
talking about him.
Gunner.
No. The one he did Little Wayne's bus. I keep
Oh,
forgetting his name.
that was that was
Oh shit.
Okay, now we're all lost it.
It's just so many. It's so many
Laylock is in
pieces.
the other one.
It's so many pieces to this puzzle.
yeah.
Jimmy
All right.
Winfrey.
So let's answer
Winfrey.
some questions.
I would say that it's like, yo,
And this
they
is where this is where they want to bring in. They want to bring in Brian Williams. They want to bring in Lil Wayne to testify. This
Oh
is
my
when shit is gonna get real kind of sideways and crazy.
You think it's gonna be more messy than this one?
no.
I don't anticipate it. And
Unless
I
there's
don't think it's
anything
gonna
else
be
going
like that.
on that side.
No, I feel like everybody else, like they all should have just took pleas.
But you know what? I don't know how she's.
What are you talking about, Jasmine?
I
They
don't
all
even
should
know
took
how she's
pleas.
gonna. She can do jury trial, but I don't know how she's gonna push it because I think Winnie. Not. I keep saying Winnie Lee. I don't know why it's in my head, but Jimmy Winfrey doesn't even have a lawyer still.
They
There's
can't
still.
get him a public defender, a court. They can get Kayla.
He's been waiting for a public. That's why some of them were severed. Hey,
What?
not
No,
my
they can't do
business.
that now. That'll be a conflict of interest. Huh? They
But
can't do that now.
some of these guys were severed because they're still waiting on public defenders. They don't have enough to try cases.
That's what I was telling SO yesterday.
Right.
It's a
Right.
shortage of public defenders.
And like that is so.
But
Like
when they
to me,
don't have public defenders, if they qualify, because you have to actually in Georgia, in order to even get a public defender, like you have to
They're not doing a
you have
Rico
to
again.
qualify for it. Like you have to make under a certain amount of money.
and I
You can't.
remember at the last plea hearing when they were offered plea deals again, Jimmy
And they
Winfrey
denied them.
had a public defender but never showed up. So the judge was like, "Well, I guess we're gonna have to try and find you a new one," because they didn't know where his public defender
Who was
went. So,
that? Which one was that?
Winfrey.
I don't even know what he looked like. I don't even know. I don't even know who he is.
Jimmy Winfrey is
No, I don't. I just don't know what he looked like. I can't.
don't-
It's so many faces, and everybody's face kind of look alike at this point.
I was gonna say like because they're all
Like-
still so young. Like they're like
Yeah, that's the thing. Everybody is so young.
and then like one of the other guy, I can't remember who it was there, his public defender had just gotten the case. So he's like, I can't talk to him about a plea deal because I don't even know what's going on. So I'm like, what a mess.
Right.
Like,
I don't think any of them are over 30. I don't even think Thug is over 30. He might have hit 30.
Shannon's 32, I think, because he's a year younger than me.
Somebody's 31. Or was it Shannon? I don't know.
I think Thug is like the same age as me.
Okay, so they just stepped over into because I've been listening to Thug since he was like
I think Diamante
Thug is like
20
33. He's like
32.
33, yeah.
Okay,
He's
well,
33.
like everybody else is still like in their 20s though.
Yeah.
But they all have hella children. Like Shannon has.
There's no age limit.
Shannon has he has a child in high school.
Damn.
Oh wow.
How old is do you know how old Winnie Lee is? Because didn't he say he started
Lee is I don't even think
he was a teenager though. When all this stuff was going on, he was he even a teenager or was he 11?
Because I think he said he got signed when he was like in grade 8 or something like that. Or he started his music career like when he was in grade 8. I was like,
He was a teenager. So, okay, co-counsels, what's the plan? What are we doing tomorrow? Are we going to dissect the lyrics, or are we going to
Hey,
proceed
in
with
that file,
opening
there's
statements?
lyrics in there too.
Oh,
I don't
Ellie
know
with
to
the
what.
fire.
I didn't go through all of it because I was like, I don't really know, but I know Obama's plea deal, and when they tried to revoke his probation, that's in there. They're
Okay.
To revoke it. Gunna's plea deal is in there, but not just the plea deals, the transcripts from when they took their pleas.
Okay. I'm gonna have to print those out at work though, because I'm not gonna be able to. I only have one screen. I do have another computer, but I'm not gonna use it.
I think
Okay.
can't you share it from here onto your screen?
Yeah, but then I cannot read. I'll still print.
Okay, or I could always share it from mine or whatever if you and
Okay.
you could.
I mean, I do have my okay, but the next day is Saturday, so I don't have to be worried about going to work. I just if I leave my glasses, then I have serious problems at work. So okay.
And if any of you follow Thugger Daily, it's probably gonna all the papers are probably gonna come up behind what
I
we
only
do.
got on Twitter just to follow them.
Because
He's
I don't
got
know
on
where he
Twitter.
gets his stuff from, but like he literally had part of the jury instructions today post. I was like, what the hell?
It might be actually. It might be
If
Steve
you
or
ever
something
want to
on the
find
phone.
out anything, that's where you go, Thugger Daily, because
Yeah.
you having it
I don't
before
have
anybody.
Twitter though, so
This
I
guy
got
is
it
like
just for
seconds
Thugger Daily.
behind them, like with throwing out information. I'm like, man.
yeah. I mean, I limit my presence on the internet because obviously they use everything against you. I'm not doing anything.
You can make a fake page like Viverito.
Yeah, and then they trace it back to you. So anything to
Who's
do
going
with
to
the
trace it
phone,
back to you?
what's
Your
that?
IP address.
Who's
Yeah.
going to trace it back to you, though?
Yo,
I don't
Viverito,
know.
she's probably watching us right now.
Exactly. But you know, if you watch the blogs and stuff, you will see that Thug and Gunna are actually they're beefing again.
Again?
Yeah.
Yeah, this stuff.
Supposedly,
I don't
Thug
know
threw a
how he's
tweet out
gonna.
there.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how long Thug is gonna really be out of jail.
I don't think
Exactly.
it's gonna be long.
Exactly. I don't know how he's gonna
That's
survive
why I
probation.
You're
said
not
plea
supposed
is
to
a
be
trick.
making music that's negative or toward, and the first song
No,
you come
the
out
music.
with.
Now the music that you're seeing on YouTube, that's AI. That is not Thug.
Even
The
this,
new stuff, all that new stuff that they're showing, that Thug.
I thought I saw it somewhere else. Okay, maybe I didn't. Maybe I did see it on you. I don't know, man. You could be right. You could be right. I don't.
All right, ladies and gents,
AI.
this is a good place to stop, okay?
Oh yes,
It's a good place to
111.
stop. Well, thank you, co-counsels. This was a productive conversation. Thank you, everybody else, for tuning in. And
Did I
then
do
for
good enough
crime-
tonight, Jasmine and Jerome?
Oh,
You did
fantastic.
amazing.
Presto.
You are the star.
Do they have
tonight.
emojis on here or no?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Can you react? I don't know.
We're all like, I don't know.
I don't know. Or maybe I can just put it in the chat. Hold on. I can do
No,
that.
you are definitely the star.
I can do that. Let's find a star somewhere here.
And like you guys are like, how you remember all these things? You know what the funny thing is? I don't actually sit and watch the trial. I just listen because I work from home, so I just listen on the go. Like I'm not actually sitting and watching it, so I don't know how I remember anything.
Good memory.
I try to just watch it through Law and Crime, but I hate the ads. And then when I go to somebody else's page who is actually streaming it, they are talking through. They're giving so much commentary throughout the whole thing. Like you can't hear the people talking because they're talking over the people. So I'm like,
Sometimes I
what?
just watch like the law and crime shorts of like because they highlight like the important things.
The important parts, yeah.
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 Then they used to talk about it on the news here, but they stopped talking about it
Because it's gone on for so long.
Yeah.
It's not news anymore.
Mm-mm.
Right. Okay. So Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern time. Friday,
Isn't that tomorrow?
10 p.m. Oh, I mean, it's
That's
kind of
today.
today.
Well, for you guys, it's today.
It is kind of today, but 10 p.m. Eastern time.
So
we'll be out here. We shall be out here. Thank you guys for a productive conversation once again. And then tomorrow, I don't know. We'll see if we want to care. I think
we're gonna dissect some of the music Like
Yeah, I
try
think
to.
that's better though, because we're just gonna be clowning anyways. We don't have gossip, so
Wait, I thought you guys had tea. You were saving it for tomorrow.
I have messy questions. I have messy questions, messy thoughts. So that's what I have. So
Yeah.
we'll find something. But I mean, Dennis did comment on my video, which is kind of weird because
Dennis, like messy Dennis, as I call him.
Yeah.
Dennis commented
I
on my
call
video.
him Denise. That's Denise.
Oh my, I know about all that. Jerome, final words.
He gone.
Where did Jerome go?
Oh, he's still there.
No, he's still here.
He real quiet.
Yeah. Jerome, are you still here?
He probably fell asleep.
We cannot be that boring.
I didn't let him talk enough tonight.
Y'all can't hear me again?
We can hear you. Final
hear me
word?
now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Final word?
Oh, Allie, salute. Jasmine.
Oh, and I heard you talking about football. I am a football fan. I'm a Falcons fan, dedicated and here for it all.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure you're a Giants fan.
What,
He's
the New
not
York
there
Giants?
anymore.
Oh,
He's
all of a sudden
here.
he's gone.
Jerome's here. I don't know what's going on. Yesterday was Jasmine. Tonight,
right?
It's Jerome. But I want Jerome to say goodbye before I get off here.
Right.
I don't just want to,
He's
cut
gonna
the thing
tell you
off.
he's from New York and then say goodbye.
I was actually gonna say that, and then Old Bag says, "Hold on." Ooh, thank you, Old Bag.
As long as he's paying for the tickets.
Old Bag said. Old Bag said the first day it will be.
Don't be
It's
messy.
getting messy
Bag.
up in here.
I'm gonna have to give you back to the adoption agency now.
We are a messy bunch. We are a messy bunch. Okay, Jerome said, "Love you guys. Love you, Jerome. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks
So
for
I'll go
joining."
through some of those documents too, in case some of them are just
Okay.
like not relevant or whatever. So then we have like it narrowed down more, so I don't have to be flipping through all of them.
Let's do this though. Let's divide them, right? So we're not doing the same,
Okay.
So I don't know. Let's select which of these have the lyrics. Let's start there.
Okay, 1 second. Let me. I don't know
Okay.
off the top of my head. Let me go into it.
Okay.
It literally was sent to me like while I was working, and I was mad because it was trying to get me to do it one at a time. I'm like,
Yeah.
I called the
Now,
person who sent it to me, and I was like, better fix it and fix it quickly.
Yeah.
Those Slime Life Shawty songs and Shannon songs, his songs never like those were. I guess those were YouTube things because I've never heard him on anything. Yak, I've heard him on Thug songs. Duke, I've heard him on Thug songs, but I've never heard Shannon on any of Thug songs. So I don't know anything about his rap songs,
Okay.
Okay, so
especially
if you
say
go
about
into
Taisha.
if you he been writing songs about me. I'm sure they're lovely. Max,
Right.
don't tell me.
Max is so shady.
Oh
Like,
my goodness,
throwing
we
shade
are
everywhere.
a messy
Okay, so if
bunch.
you go into YSL case filings,
YSL. Oh, I cannot see. All right.
okay,
Okay.
you're gonna see like all the files that are like just there open.
Okay.
So the first one will say steal. If you go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's like 7 or I don't know. It says lyrics on it. I didn't actually open it to see what was on it.
Okay.
Oh, this is the state supplement motion to limine to admit evidence of lyrics at trial.
We can still use we'll
I can honestly say that the prosecution did not do a good job of picking Young Thug songs because there are so many songs with so much more
Yeah.
that they could have picked, and they picked all the wrong ones.
They should have had you on there.
Yeah. I mean, the one song that they did pick, where they was talking about Lil Woody shoot at your noggin. That's about my favorite Young Thug song, halftime. But yeah, but it was so many more songs that they could have picked.
What the hell is this? Oh, there's in this folder, the one that I just told you where the lyric thing was. a lot of them are with Judge Whitaker and Shannon, so I don't know. Like, we probably don't need those ones because
Okay.
everyone's probably seen them or whatever. But if you want to go through the case files, I can do the at the top it says guilty pleas. I can do that, and then whatever. I don't care. I'm just chilling at home tomorrow, working whenever I need to work. I don't know.
Okay. I'm just up here because I get an extra hour sleep on Fridays, so I don't have to be at work at 7, which is fantastic.
If you want to look at all the sledge stuff, like there's sledge filings and then there's sledge articles, but it's all his past stuff and pleas and all that.
Yeah.
I don't even want to touch that. I want to touch this stuff because it's messy in that folder. I opened it. I was like, what is going on?
Oh, really?
But it's like, it says like different substances. I'm like, what the hell? They just throw things in a file?
Yeah.
So I don't know. If you want to look at his, I can look at the rest or whatever.
Well, y'all just gonna have to dumb everything down for me and just
Yeah, that's why I said if we would go through it before, because a lot of it is like Shannon stuff that was recent too. So like it's you know what I mean?
Allie, so let's do this. Tomorrow is Friday. Hopefully I'm back home by 5. Let's just email back and forth. I think that's easier. Let's email back and forth.
Okay.
We email back and forth so that way we know what the other person's doing and we're not doing the same work at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because like if you're like at work in the day and I'm in between like clients or whatever for business, then I can just like let you know what I've already gone through so you're not going through it again, whatever.
Right.
And then it's just easier that way.
Yeah. Let's do that. But then okay, so I'm gonna have to add this email to my phone because I don't really use this MacBook for anything. But okay, all right, let's do that. And then Jasmine, are you joining us?
Most definitely.
Oh, okay.
I can.
I love my SO family.
So yeah, like I can send you. It's just a Google Drive link, and then it just like has. It's random. It's kind of random stuff, but I just found it interesting that, like, not Obama, but Martinez Arnold, his stuff is in there, like his plea and stuff, and he was supposed to testify, but never made it that far. So, just like stuff like
that's Duke, yeah,
so like just things like that never really came out because they didn't testify. Gunna's stuff is in there.
Okay.
And the actual transcripts of their pleas are in there, which is I thought would be like interesting to see what actually happened.
Right.
On record.
That's good. That would make a good breakdown as opposed to just, assuming, because we've done a lot of that today. But okay. Very, very good. Any final words from anybody? Are we good to go? What's going on? I'm trying to find my emoji. I was going to find the flower emoji. I'm going to send him an avocado.
Oh, see, I thought Jerome was still here now, and now he's actually gone.
No, he's in the chat, so I'm sending him an avocado. Okay. All right, ladies. I know we don't want to part, but we need to get some rest, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Jasmine, I'll message you the link or whatever.
Okay, do that.
And yeah, I'm gonna do it when we get off here before I forget.
Jasmine, can you forward that to Jerome? I don't know if he's interested. He can just
I could send it to his email. Once he sends it to me.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
We didn't forget about you, Jerome.
What's that?
I said we didn't forget about Jerome. He's part of this.
Right. We don't even know. We're just co-counsel.
This foursome.
Right. This mess of stuff that just got sent to my phone, and I was like, what the hell is this?
We are a messy bunch. But okay, all right. Let me answer one question though. Let me answer Klein before we go. And then Klein brought up a whole bunch of stuff. So I guess tomorrow let's go back. Was this the BP? If you guys look, let me go back.
But talking about rims, but wasn't it dark out? How would you be able to tell? I don't know, man. I'm so confused about this video. I actually hate it.
But if they said the bullet went upwards, could it be possible? No, they can't. Well, it couldn't be possible that he shot himself.
Yeah, someone was in his car. That's what I think. I just don't understand how they got out of his car and nobody saw. Maybe that's who was leaning on his hood.
But was that person on the scene?
I don't think so. I don't remember.
I'm
the
not
person
talking
being
about
on
the guy
scene.
walking up the street.
No, I'm talking about the guy who's in the car with him. Was he
Yeah,
on
I
the
don't.
scene?
Okay,
Well,
we'll go
no.
back.
He couldn't have
We'll go
been
back
because
to the. Let's go back to the BP. I want to say tomorrow, but later on when we come up here, let's go back to the BP. Let's explore some of these things that clients talking about, and then to answer clients' questions. It's one question that I'm going to answer. The rest we're going to address tomorrow. But let me see. You said, oh man, I cannot see. You said, would it be possible for him to lift his foot back up twice and apply the brake? He would have no function immediately. When somebody dies, they do not lose all bodily function
But
immediately.
you know what? The medical examiner said the way it went in and was lodged into him, he would have gone instantly and everything would have stopped.
Echo. Jerome, echo.
I don't know, man. This is all
Go
just
ahead, Ellie.
it's all just a bunch of like conspiracy. Hey, see, they have the biggest conspiracy going on about a conspiracy. This is a mess.
Yeah, but I mean, it can also be muscle reflexes. So it's not to say that he intentionally meshed the pedal. It could just be a reflex. But
Yeah, that's what I would
then again,
assume.
you also did not see the
I
brake
didn't see-
lights, so.
But
you know.
Max is so dead set that they flicker after Shannon's car pulls away.
Yeah,
And
but
his car, and it's like 17 seconds or something like that after Shannon's car pulls away that his brake lights start flickering around and all this. I don't know.
But that's his job to muddy the water. That's
Yeah.
how you get to reasonable doubt, right?
Hey, I'm not talking about seeing nothing because me and Jasmine thought we saw someone leaning on the hood of the car. So
yeah, it definitely looked like somebody was there.
see, that was the person probably in his car who unalived him was
Oh
standing
my
out
goodness.
there.
You guys. Jerome, any final words? Now where Jerome?
He's there, but this
know,
guy's
probably
probably got
muted.
himself muted. I don't
Jerome,
know.
are you still there?
Jerome, you been drinking tonight?
I actually heard somebody open a can of something. I was not gonna say.
Not me.
Was it you?
No.
Okay. All right, Jerome.
Jerome, you're gonna get the link.
No, you're not muted, Jerome. You muted yourself. If you're muted, you muted yourself. You're not muted. We're waiting for you to talk so we can part ways.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, finally. I don't know what it is. I keep getting
It's you.
booted out.
What?
I ain't doing that.
All right, what's up?
No, I was just saying I love y'all. That's all I was saying. You saw it through my text. And Allie is the G tonight. She gets the trophy tonight. She gets the trophy.
Right.
Allie is the G. She surprised me. I didn't know Allie. Allie.
See, that's why I was so quiet yesterday because it was working up to today. I had things on the go that I was,
She was getting comfortable. That's it.
Yeah, she got her research in.
Yeah, we don't
she
buy
did her thing.
And I didn't even research. It just came to me. I'm telling you. I was like, oh God, what is this now?
Right. Well, I'm glad you got it, and I'm glad you.
So we're good. We're good.
Yeah, I'm real nervous about this verdict, these closing arguments. I'm nervous.
I honestly
Anxious and nervous at the same time.
Yak, I think, is gonna be like, I don't know. I think I don't want to say good because I feel like he's gonna get guilty verdicts on something, but I feel like he's just not. He doesn't have as much to lose as Shannon right now.
And that's why I keep saying that I do not foresee these folks deliberating for anything. Even a month is not enough. A month is not enough for the jury to deliberate. If they deliberate under 10 days, then their minds were always made up, or it's just a hung jury. But it's going to have to take them a significant amount of time to actually reach a unanimous verdict.
And you know what? Now that we're getting closer to the end, I feel the anxiety for them. What is it going to be like? I can't even imagine Shannon right now. I'd be a disaster.
I mean, I'm starting to feel for Kayla too, because that's why I was in disbelief or in denial, really, because the commitment did not make sense. The timing did not make sense, but hopefully we'll get we'll get Jasmine to get Big Cuzzo on here so we can have a discussion. So
No,
yeah.
I think at this point she's so anxious. I haven't even heard from. I think she went live today for a second, but I
I
didn't even
think she
watch
did
it.
for a bit. I don't
Yeah.
know. I
I've
did
been
send
seeing
her
her
a message
email,
though
though.
too, like through Instagram or whatever, just like because I feel bad because every time I pull up my YouTube is someone trashing her and this and that and trashing shit, and I'm just like, man, like I feel all this negative stuff, but I actually feel so bad. Like
Yeah.
I can't even like all this stuff, and then everyone trashing and your business being everywhere. Like, man,
Right.
I
Right.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's what she signed up for. So you got to take the good with the bad, or the bad with the good, or whatever. You know, this
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
I
but
just
get Cuzzo on here though. That would be great. That would be
yeah.
fantastic.
I think this will be a positive moment
Can you
for her.
imagine all 5 of us on here? That's gonna be wild.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a good time. Just tell
hey,
her we're gonna have a good time.
Can
Dennis
y'all
would
hear
have
me?
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dennis would have something done because we're being more messy than him and Sylvia.
Oh.
Right.
You're gonna have us kicked off
Because she
YouTube.
doesn't like either of them. So
No, but we're gonna have a
Miss
good time. I'll take good care of her.
lawyer. Can I ask you a question before you go?
Sure.
Lawyer.
All right. So with it's just Shannon and Yak, right? So I knew we was watching the jury and
Where'd you go now? Jerome, where'd you go?
You have bad service or something?
I'm signing out. Good night. Look.
All
Jerome,
right,
what happened?
I'll send you the stuff right away, Jasmine.
Okay.
Okay, I'll talk to you in a bit.
All right.
All right, Big
See
Cuzzo.
y'all.
Good night, guys.
Thanks for
Good
tuning
night.
in.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
I'm gonna wait for Jerome for a little bit. Let me see if Jerome comes back.
Okay, Jerome, if you can hear me, good night, and we'll talk tomorrow.
Blink twice, Jerome. Anyways, all right. Good night,
Put something
Ellie.
in the chat, Jerome. You hear us? You're okay?
I know, but he said I don't have you muted. Come on, Jerome.
I think that can
I'm
you heard
talking.
opening was him.
There is. I think it was him
I'm
too.
talking.
All right,
Can you
come
hear me?
on. What's
Can
up?
you hear me? Can you
Yeah.
hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just talk quick before it cuts
All
out.
right. Quick question. With the instructions, with the RICO, so what are they doing as far as the RICO? Are they actually trying to try everybody that please?
Man, your thing is cutting.
But you know what? I have questions maybe tomorrow quickly, just like they're very short questions about like the overacts and the timeline of them or whatever they're called and stuff. But that we'll save that for tomorrow.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Who's
The
the
statute of limitation and the overacts and how they can't use them past 5 years, like whatever. I was so confused. I'm like,
I had those written down to address yesterday. I don't even know what we ended up doing last night, but I do have some of those because I figured folks would have questions, but we can definitely tackle those. We can tackle those tomorrow.
yeah, because I just didn't
Okay.
understand how if it's past the statute of limitation, they can use it, but they can't use it as a guilty verdict. Anyways, we'll touch that tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. And Wine says, I'm back watching all that trophy wife drama. Where are you watching that? Let me know. We're about to leave, wife.
And sometimes I forget that there's other people watching
Right.
us, and we're just being messy all over the place.
But they love it. Some people stick around. I know Old Bag loves it. Okay.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, we'll chat tomorrow, and I'll email you tomorrow too when I start those folders.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
I'll
Have
talk
a
to you
good night.
tomorrow. You too. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye. All right, Wine, I'm waiting for you. Oh, Old Bag definitely loves it. Old Bag loves it. Fantastic. All right. Okay, folks, I am calling it a night. This is way past my bedtime. In any event, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. We will be back. 10 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to tackle, obviously, tomorrow. My hope is that we can get through the rest of the state's opening, just so that by the time we actually get to Monday, at least we've gone through the state's opening. we would have gone through the 2 defense attorneys, and we would be in a better posture as far as the closings. All right. Good night, everybody. Good night, old bag. Love you, Jerome. Wine says just type trophy wife and a valid video about it. Go to Nick at Night. And Nyla, let me do that. I should be in bed. I should be in bed, but I'll look it up. This way, when I get to work in the morning, I have something to go by. So trophy wife. Who? Oh, I saw. Okay, Wine. I saw this woman because I saw this video. It was they know I like mess. This video was recommended to me, and okay, it did not have 2.2 million views when it was recommended to me. But okay, all right. So I'll check it out. If it's something you want to discuss, we can definitely get into it. And then Jerome says salute to Wigs and Wines. All right. I know I've said good night a number of times. This is really me signing off. Good night.